Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special guest tonight. His name is Syrus, and you may know him from many different shows. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for having me, man. Always a pleasure, brother.
How you doing, man? Good to see you.
Yeah, man. It's been a while. Under these circumstances, this is interesting.
I know.
But I'm loving it like I always do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so what? You were down in San Diego just recently, and how'd that go?
Yeah, man. San Diego, San Diego's a live place. I dig San Diego, especially when your resort is right on the water.
Oh, they put you up there?
And you're able to, enjoy the resort as well as all the, natural things that it has to bring out there, man. You got to love San Diego. Come on.
Yeah.
Last I checked, it was rated one of the top places in the world to live strictly because of the weather. So year round, they average I think it's 76 degrees or 73 degrees year round.
Yeah, Perimeter, you lived down there for a while,
Yeah, you can get some trouble in San Diego. San Diego's a cool place. You can definitely get in some trouble. Definitely get in some trouble.
How long were you down?
We did a 4-day banger. I was surprised for my birthday. Ended up going up to the mountains, this beautiful little gold mining town called Julian in San Diego mountains.
Really?
And it's crazy, man. We pulled up and out of nowhere made a wrong turn and there was a family of deer greeting us.
Really?
It was like, whoa, I got to bang out some video of that. So we doing video of that and They hung out looking at us and then they kind of took off.
Oh, wow.
And after they took off, we realized we had to go around from where we were at. So we went around, got to the next spot. Once we got there, the deer ran across the thing and greeted us coming into our resort for the second time.
So he recognized you or something?
Yeah, basically. And
That's
then
crazy.
It got even crazier. We get to our room, checked in, over the patio. It's overlooking the beautiful lake. The whole family of deers right there eating, grazing for us, looking at us. I'm like, dude, this means
whole
something.
family.
I don't know what's going on.
Now, is that south of like San Diego City, like Coronado and all that, or is it
east,
more?
man?
Oh,
no,
east.
this is way east down there. Jillian's in the middle of nowhere. I'm talking like a little gold mining town that was founded some time ago, and then I believe I went on a wolf tour, so we got to see the there's not many at all. I believe it was the gray wolf.
Really?
And yeah, man. And they
so you're looking for wolves out in the wild?
No. They took us a little tour at a sanctuary. We could kind of hang out, video them, and check them out. But the cool thing about it, like I said, they're very, they're sought after because there's only a few of them there, and it's pretty cool, man. It's really cool. I have dogs. I'm a dog lover, of course. You see the similarities between wolves and dogs. It's pretty crazy that they actually act like dogs. Right. But it was really cool, man. It was awesome. That's how I started off my day. I mean, the little town looked like something out of a whole... It's one of those. Yeah. I mean, you pulled up, you're like, there's one little row, and you got stores here and stores there. It's like, your neighborhood market's right there. It was crazy. But it was really cool, man. It was an awesome place.
Nice.
The resort we're at was a quiet resort. It was awesome, bro. Loved it. Had a blast.
Yeah, it's crazy how... they say all dogs have descended from wolves, right? So
clearly,
it's crazy how they're, like a wolf will have the tail going down and the ears up, whereas like a domesticated dog, like my Jack Russells, will have ears down and tail up. So it's
crazy.
It is crazy. It is crazy. How about them Lakers, huh?
What do you mean? There is nothing else. Fool, I bleed purple and gold. What you know about the Lake Show all day?
Exactly.
Yeah, man. The Lakers, bro. You don't even know right now. I've always been the biggest Laker fan ever. A lot of people don't know, but I've been on my own since the 10th grade. The cat I lived with, his uncle, was the infamous Jerry Buss.
Oh, really?
To say the least, I'm real tight with the Buss family, or I was for sure back then.
Right.
And from that day, nothing but love, and it's nothing but Lakers. All the Laker girls lived in my complex here in Santa Monica.
Oh, wow.
I can recall one moment where Magic Johnson was coming to see the chick that was the coach. Her name was Petra at the time.
Wow.
And she lived in the front apartment, which was facing this 9th Street. We were 1015 9th Street. And we were right above her. And I see Magic crying on the porch.
No.
Swear to God.
Really?
On the porch in tears. It was crazy. And, we're kids. 10th grade. I'm like, whoa, that's that's the man down there right now.
That's the man.
Like crying or whatever. It was a crazy situation, man. But we were all like in love with the,
right.
the coach. She was there and she was hot. She was, intrigued by the young, brothers running around the apartment complex, wanted to know what we were about, what was going on, and Knew we all played ball. So it was a real cool thing, man. So ever since then, I've been more than a Laker lover.
Yeah. Always. Yeah, I remember the the old days of going to the games and everything, and remember we'd like leave Black Ops, and you guys, I'd meet you down there at the where the hell, somewhere in Santa Monica, some sports bar. There were a couple of them.
Yeah.
Hey, do me a favor, just bring this a little closer.
Yeah,
that's right. Just bring the mic right up to your.
So you want me up in there?
You could bring the bass like this. You could bring the bass closer to you. Yeah.
Okay. There we go.
There we go.
So,
perfect. Thank you.
Give people some background, though. People don't know that. Me and you have not only been friends, but worked together for quite some time.
Quite a while.
And I always think back to that, man. I really appreciate you guys giving me the opportunity to work with you guys.
Oh, thanks, man.
We made video games together. It was, I got to say, probably the beginning of some of the funnest times of my life.
I was just thinking about that the other day, too, because like here's some of the stuff like Syrus worked on these March Madness games. We did. Where's the original Street Hoops? There's Street Hoops, the original Street Hoops.
Yeah, dude.
With Half Man, Half Amazing. Look, there's Knockout Kings.
Wait, those are the games. Those are the ones I worked on.
Yeah,
dude. Look at that, bro.
Yeah.
Let me show these people the screen up there. What you got going
Street
on?
Hoops in the house.
Business. Yeah, there goes some of the games your boys worked on.
Man. That was a great,
groundbreaking shit.
Groundbreaking.
Let's be real. Groundbreaking.
Yeah, and you know what? They glued the street basketball concept to NBA 2K, right?
Yeah.
But then there's no EA Sports Big. There's no Street Jam. There's no, there's no more. There used to be the Acclaim. Remember the Acclaim game, NBA Jam in the arcades? And then they had, obviously we did Street Hoops. We also did these games here, like if you look March Madness, we did 2 March Madness, 2000. March Madness 2001, worked on that. Remember, you would always get you'd be recruiting like all these basketball players and all those open runs we hosted and everything. That was great.
Dude, we had if you loved basketball, that was the best time ever. We had talent coming in from all over the place here just to represent. Got a chance to go to every single park that had games in it, from San Francisco down to Mexico, basically, recruiting these players.
We photographed them too. We photographed all those parks. Remember, we sent photographers out and.
Dude, talking about a dream job, bro, that was a dream job.
Yeah.
Where did those days go, John? Where did they go?
I don't know.
We got to bring them back.
I don't know. That's the thing that, that's why it's really important, I believe, to live good and do really good work when you're young and stuff. Because, like, we can't go back to our 20s. I mean, I started.
Hey. Yeah, I agree. I mean, I was perpetually 25 years of age. I stretched that 25 out as long as I could. So
what is it, Hollywood 29?
Yeah, exactly. You guys were there present for me as I got chosen to do that original Real World show.
Yeah, how'd that go down? Tell me. I remember we were playing basketball. You were reffing, and then you disappeared. And they're like, "Yes, I got the
league.
show."
So I started that league there,
right at the MGM,
and at the MGM here in Santa Monica, right across from MTV,
right,
and. I'd been looking for work. I just graduated college a little bit before, played a little of the pro ball thing, was doing all that.
Right.
And it was cool, but it wasn't the big money and the big thing. And I'm like, I didn't go to school for nothing.
Right.
I need to do something.
Right.
And so in the midst of creating that league, I was balling at another court, very competitive, of course. One of the guys is like, look, I'm here, sick of hearing you like bitch about not being able to get a job. Here's the number, go check it out. We'll get you in there. I'm like, this is it, bro. And
who's
that's
that?
How it happened.
Oh, so okay.
There's 2 different cats, but Kenny Hull,
okay,
was the one that was in with the company at Buna Murray. He's a producer now. We're still really good friends.
Nice.
We have a few business endeavors we're doing together.
Oh, cool.
And it was quite interesting, man, because I got on by mistake. That was just to be a casting assistant.
No.
You know what that is, right?
Yeah, of course.
Go get coffee. Go make copies.
You don't want to do that.
At that point in time, I would have done it. It's an in. I got to get in, bro.
True.
Now,
I see.
I'm 25 years of age.
Oh, wow. So
at that time.
So you actually were going to. You thought you were going to be a casting assistant.
Yes.
Versus basically starting reality TV as we know it. I mean, many people have credited you for for actually doing all this and sort of kickstarting that whole genre, right? I mean,
yeah, there's a lot of people. I was definitely one of the first, not only reality stars, but definitely one of the first black reality stars. And it turned into kind of a thing. Like I went in for a job interview and end up telling my life story, to say the least. Everything else I did in the interview was probably the worst thing ever, but ended up being the best thing ever because in my past, I worked with children, and on the real world show I was on, we actually worked with children.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
really.
So we had to work at the East Boston Social Center.
Okay, so
and I didn't know what was going on either. I was just talking, and then they wanted to know more about me, and they dug deeper and deeper and deeper, and the conversation got interesting and a little more interesting by the moment, I guess. And basically, 3.5 hours later, after watching them laugh and cry and go on this journey with me, they asked me to go on the show.
Wow,
that's how that happened.
Wow, that's amazing. I mean, I never actually thought. I thought you were cast and selected to be like, this lead.
Well, no. I got on. So after that, I ended up doing like one more interview, and it was pretty much semifinals.
Oh, I see.
They put me in a room with a camera and they're like, do something. And then they took off, and I was in there for 5 minutes, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm gonna bite my nails. I'm all nervous and shit. I'm like, whatever. I looked at the camera. I said, yo, I'm about to go to the store and buy me a $200 pair of boots so I can be stomping in the snow with the big dogs. I'll see y'all in Boston. And just left.
Really?
And they're blowing my pager up like as I'm almost home, and I'm like, because I had to go all the way to Sherman Oaks for that. Next thing I know, they're like, I called them. They're like, what happened? I was like, look at the tape.
Really?
And they're like, okay. I checked out the tape. Next thing I know, they're like, we're going to see you play basketball.
Well, that's
this Saturday morning we're
that's
playing
a natural
at the park. My park's in the backyard, Lincoln Park here in Santa Monica. Right. So they came through. We were going at it, man. My mentor's playing, Mike Hearns, a bunch of other cats are balling, and I remember the camera show up. We keep playing. One of the guys from White Men Can't Jump was there, my homie Dave.
Really? Yeah.
He plays Don Cheadle. Woody was showing up but wasn't there yet, but there was a bunch of cats, and that's kind of how Santa Monica is. A bunch of celebrities, a bunch of normal people, a bunch of ex-athletes.
Right, it's like a mix.
It's a melting pot.
Yeah, melting pot. Exactly.
So
you get to know people. And
I remember it was like game point to game point.
Really?
And these guys roll up, and it's like they're trying to get this footage, and I'm like, whatever. They're like, hurry the fuck up, and I'm like, dude.
Oh wow.
And they hand me this letter, and I'm like, pfft, and it just said I'm going to Boston. I remember that. I was like, whoa. And I was like,
really?
I'm going to Brussels, going to Boston. They was like, all right, motherfucker, hurry up. Let's finish this goddamn game first. And so they head off the court. We finished the game. My man hit the game winner, and we rolled off, and I was just like shocked because I didn't know like what was going to happen. Like, this is crazy. Like, this is something different, something new. I had done Baywatch. That was my summer job back and forth. And I went to school in Hawaii. I played basketball out there.
Right.
So my summer job was Baywatch, and it was that was a big deal. But when that panned off and was done, I was up to be one of the first black lifeguards.
Oh, wow.
Lost out to Tracy Bingham. You know what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you like sisters. He like, sisters, look at this fool. So I'm on set with Tracy Bingham, and she takes my job. I can't compete against that, bro.
Right.
Look at that.
Damn.
I mean, think of her back then. This is in 1993, 94, I think.
94.
She was just Miss Black Barbie.
Okay.
All natural. The big knockers, the curves, the body. She was an amazing physical specimen. I can't compete, bro. No matter how much of a six-pack I had back then. Yeah, bro.
Wow.
Let me see. Some of these cats don't know who Tracy Bingham is. Let me give y'all a taste of who Tracy Bingham is up here. If you don't know her, you can Google her and check her out.
So she was on she took your spot on Baywatch, huh?
I wouldn't say my spot.
Not your spot.
They were trying to get an African-American person.
Right.
To fill that role. So we were down there, me, surfing, having a good old time.
Right. You surfed?
Setting up my parties.
Oh, okay.
I did surf.
Oh, nice.
Setting up my parties because I was, promoting nightclubs. Remember the Century Club?
Right. Oh, that's right.
I was one of the head guys over there.
I remember the Century.
Years,
damn, that's.
We brought so many people to that club. It was insane. It's a legendary club.
That was a great club.
LA, one of the best out there for sure.
I used to like going there.
Oh, that was a spot, bro.
It was a spot.
I was the man there. You could roll up, mention my name. You got 30 people with you. You're good. For real. You roll right in, and that was it. So it was that whole thing that we were doing, man. It was a good time. So although I'm working on that, I still have the entrepreneur spirit, which I'm trying to run this nightclub, get these clubs cracking, and do what I do. And that's kind of how all that stuff came about, man. Century Club is definitely one of the most legendary clubs the city has to offer.
Yeah. I mean, what happened to Century Club? Like, what
it got sucked up. That I just saw the dude, what was his name? It'll come to me in a second. He's on like one of those billion-dollar shows. He does these crazy elaborate parties in the Hollywood Hills at these mansions that you couldn't even imagine, bringing in fucking elephants and shit walking into it. It was insane, bro, the shit I saw last on him.
Really?
Someone's going to chime in. Someone out there listening knows his name. Fitzpatrick? Something Fitzpatrick maybe? It'll come to me in a second. But yeah, that was that joint, man.
Wow. That is crazy. That's whacked. Tracy Bingham. That's bringing back memories. But yeah, I remember we started doing, a bunch of games. I started Black Ops with Jose and
my
Alan,
boy just said Peach Fuzz International. Sorry, that was my company.
There you go. Peach Fuzz
International. Yeah, dog.
Okay.
I had a lady approach me. Mm-hmm. You were with me, but we were hammered at the Gaslight. This is like
the Gaslight. What happened to the Gaslight?
Wait, so we're at the Gaslight hammered, and she comes up to me, a hot little girl, and she was like, "Yo, I want you to know that you single-handedly put me through college and law school."
Really?
She would grab all girls for me and bring them to the club, dog. And we chip her off and take care of her. And she was like, "Yeah, you done a good thing." And I was
really?
Like, we were hammered. We were lit.
Okay.
I don't know what you were saying. When you start, see, you're the problem. You start bringing those freaking shots. And yes, I'm not going to say no.
Right.
So I'll just keep going. And,
I haven't actually been. The Gaslight obviously is shut down because there's no more karaoke with the whole virus thing. But like, I actually stopped going. About a year, actually, last September, I just couldn't. I mean,
just too much.
Well, I live pretty close to the Gaslight, and I realized
like your kitchen.
Yeah, and also, it's something when it's one thing to have a beer or two, but when you're going and you realize, oh, okay, well, I was here like yesterday, and it's a lot of fun too. So, like, I used to enjoy seeing people go there and sing. There were some really good singers there, and I'd be like,
you were there for the chicks, man. Don't lie. Let's talk about chicks, man.
Yeah,
this guy.
Yeah, we could.
Sean said, "What's up, man?"
Oh yeah,
yeah, Mr. Conley. Yeah.
How's he doing, man?
He's doing good, man. He got a little baby now, beautiful little son.
I know he got married. But I remember Conley and we actually connected in Costa Rica, like right after we did the last game at Black Ops, the big Ubisoft title, and won Street Ball.
Oh, you guys were out there with Jared, right?
Jared.
Was it Jared?
Jared's out in Utah with
Jose.
Maybe
he went back then. I'm saying, but I thought you guys were there together, which is crazy.
Yeah, no, not Jared. I was down there and I met up with Sean. Oh, and Tommy was down there too. So, yeah, I remember Sean was down there with a friend of his, and that was a good time.
That's the spot, man. We got for old time's sake, we got to do something like that, man. I'm about to tie the knot, jump the stick. So life's gonna be different, but we should definitely do a last hoorah, and of course you'll be invited to the wedding festivities.
Okay, man.
I hope you're gonna be present
for sure.
We had a good old time.
Yeah. Where do you think you'll have it?
Somewhere tropical. It could be Florida.
Nice.
Keys possibly. Could be Jamaica. Could be somewhere in the Caribbean. This whole coronavirus thing is kind of,
that was my last trip. I flew out to Miami in March. Uh-huh. And it was right, just as the coronavirus was starting to really, kick off. And I went to an options training course. So I was training with these professionals, John and Pete Nigerian. They're on CNBC and stuff. But they had this, very small group. It was like 10 people in the class. It was very expensive. And I was able to basically make a really good trade to pay for the school. So I went out there, and I was there for about a week. And Miami's, that's great. I love it there.
You ever go back? Holler at me. My left hand man's out there.
Okay, all right.
I'm telling you.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, so I remember I was supposed to go back to LA, and then a few weeks later go back to Costa Rica, and then I was supposed to go back to LA and then back to New York. I'm like, none of this is going to happen with the rate of this infectious thing. So I bought like $150 ticket, literally you go from Miami to Costa Rica is like 2.5 hour flight. So I was like, all right, forget that.
That's right there.
I was like, hey, you know what? Keep the dogs in the boarding. And then just like, I was there for a week. I had the best time of my life. I shot a little movie about how I turned like basically $20,000 into $100,000 in 45 days.
Wow.
With technical trading, basically. It's like it's almost like, like what we used to do with Black Ops, where we'd make the AI of the basketball players, be kind of smart and run around, or the guys with guns like run around in a game. So now we're kind of using, similar skills, programming stuff, not for a game, but for the stock market. And we've got all these Robinhood users that are on, buying stuff. And people tell me all the time, oh, I bought something on Robinhood and I lost money, and like, how do I, it's this, when something skyrockets, it's going to come down. It's like laws of financial gravity, up and down kind of thing. And since a lot of things are run by computer these days, it's basically, it's going to give everyone an advantage, almost like having a little hedge fund manager in your pocket. You know what I mean? Yeah. So we're there's 10 million people on Robinhood right now, and I'm like, I'm just calculating, hey, if I can get like 1% of a percent paying, it's only gonna be like $30-$40 a month. There'll be a higher tier and stuff like that, but it's a lot of money, and it'll help a lot of people. Dude, you can
I don't know that game though. I'll give you my money and you make it work.
Hey,
that's what I'm about.
We'll set it up. Yeah, we could set it up. There's ways to do it too with a friend of mine, again, a guy I know a couple of expats in Costa Rica, a hedge fund manager. I know a guy that works at a Chinese hedge fund. I know another guy who's he's an ex-government guy from one of the highest levels of the alphabet soup kind of international kind of dude. But yeah, I have some good friends down there. And also las chicas se hablan español.
Sure. Look at this guy.
Mi español es casi perfecto ahora. José, óyeme, hey, José, ¿cómo estamos?
All I can do is count. Those trace.
I've been down there like so many times since I
remember when you first went down there.
That's right. I remember I came back and we were on the court at MGM, and I was like, I couldn't believe because it's just a different society. It's not. Remember, in America, we have you ever notice in America, ever since the mid 90s, there's always a crisis, right?
Yeah.
It's the Oklahoma City bombing. It's 9/11. It's the crash of the mortgage crisis. It's COVID. There's always a crisis, and every time there's a crisis, the government gets there and
they get in there and do what they got to do.
They get in there and they take more control. But coming back from Costa Rica and just I've been there probably maybe 100 times over the last 20 years. I like it because it's like a triangle. You can go to New York, Costa Rica. It's basically 4 or 5 hours all the way around, but you can basically immerse yourself in a culture where women are women. They're really the Latino women still have families and stuff, and there's no Trump versus Hillary. There's no people that there's no school shootings. People don't go into schools, and
it's just different.
It's just different. It's Latin America, and it's actually a beautiful culture. It's very similar to the Italian culture. I grew up in a big Italian family, but have you ever been down there? Or?
I haven't been down there yet. I want to go. It's one of those things it's on my wish list.
Yeah.
Fiji, Tahiti, and Costa Rica.
I went to Tahiti. I went there once on a little shoot, like a 5-day shoot, and it was pretty good. I mean, we basically just shot for a couple of days. I didn't bring a girlfriend kind of thing. I just brought what I do sometimes is if I want to go somewhere and shoot, like when I went to Italy for the first time. Yeah, I was working with this model named Grace, and she had done a couple of commercials for us and I basically just flew out there with her. So it was great because I was alone. We worked during the day. She'd go after wrap. The makeup hair girl would go. She'd go back to her. She was playing Farmville and talking to her boyfriend on her computer. So she'd be like, "John, can I borrow your computer again? Can I borrow your computer?" Wow. I'd be like, "Yeah," but it was the best time. Sometimes when you engineer or you create your own, you design your own happiness. Yeah. Instead of just trying to, should I, that ex-girlfriend that I from a couple months ago, should I invite her? No. Just keep everything clean. Go, man. And I actually I remember I actually hooked up with a really hot chick out there. She was she was from Morocco. Okay. This Arabic chick. She brought her. We went on a date. She brought her son. Her son was like 10 years old at the time. We're still friends on Facebook and stuff. But she was cool. She took me around the city, and her son's name was Dario. Because in Italy, the Dario, like Mario, it's like very common name. Yeah. It's pretty interesting culture. But I was there for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And, so one of the best times. I mean, again, going back to some of this, I'm just looking at let's pull up the last game that we worked on together. The N1 Street Ball.
The last game we worked on.
That was
a good year.
Professor's got a pretty big YouTube channel now. Have you seen him?
Yeah, Professor's been killing it.
Yeah, he's been killing it.
We still play ball over at
You ever see any of the guys? You ever see Maine or Sick with It or any of those things?
I see Sick with It. Yeah, I see him out and about, of course. And also Bone Crusher. Okay, I see him. All friends, homies. Grew up playing against them. So
yeah, I
played the ABA squad with Bone Crusher.
Oh, okay.
Hollywood fame.
Oh, right.
That was interesting.
Nice.
Mr. Wilder Valderrama. That was interesting.
Rip Escalade. He's still up that sad.
I mean, at that size, what do you expect?
Yeah, I mean,
he was a big dude, bro.
He was a beast. I remember when we did we were at E3. I don't know if you remember this, but my brother was working at EA Sports Canada, and he was working on NBA Live, which I don't know where NBA Live went. Like NBA Live used to be this huge license, and now it's just 2K. NBA 2K is pretty much the only basketball game out there.
It's crazy.
It's crazy, There's no street ball game, but I remember Will came over to our booth, and we were playing basketball, and I'm not the best basketball player at all.
You get it done.
I hit the three once out there. I remember, but Escalade, I was playing up against him, and of course he's, was a big guy, dude, and he just grabbed my head, like literally, like with his huge meaty hands. He grabbed my head and he almost picked me up. Like I was like, because I was trying to run around him, because back then I was running lots of miles and everything. But it was pretty funny, because I'll never forget that. Like I was trying to dribble around and whatever, and he just looks at me and he's like, bam, and I was like, he like almost knocked me out with that. But that was that was one of the last great games. I mean, Black Ops in a way came up with the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and then me and Jose looked at the PlayStation 3 and we were just like, we're going to need a whole bunch. And the PlayStation 3 really, that's when we kind of got out. Yeah. And we didn't have anything real, like it kind of runs its course. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's almost like,
it was a good run. Like sometimes you got to
13 years?
That's crazy,
dude,
bro.
I only started that. I started that company because I was working at Virgin. I did a game called RoboCop versus Terminator, and it was actually crazy because like that game, like I was I was on YouTube yesterday. Let me see, RoboCop. This thing is whacked. I just checked this out. You're gonna laugh, but yeah. So basically, I had done. Let's see there it is. Check this.
Wow.
Yeah. This game. This is pre-Black Ops. So I was an employee.
That is great.
At Virgin. That's RoboCop.
I remember this game.
Yeah. So we did the lead game. Look, there's like street baddies that are like, this is on the Sega Genesis.
That's crazy.
Back in the day.
Throwback for real.
Throwback. It was one of the funnest games because we had a really small team. They left us alone. And it did pretty well, actually. It did, it's still to this day. There's videos of playthroughs that have like 300,000 views all over the internet.
That's crazy.
So yeah, but the point I was making here is that this that game, RoboCop versus the Terminator, they paid $2 million for the license, and then they like, hey, John, can you do this game? I didn't even have any artists on the project. It was pretty crazy, but that game and really the 2 years I had spent at Virgin was laying the groundwork, because Virgin was the ones who funded us at Black Ops. And I brought, because everyone was stealing employees and quitting and stuff, and I didn't want to really damage my reputation with the studio. So and it's Virgin too. So I remember the first E3, I'm sitting there at the booth. I was so tired from being up all night, and sitting right next to me is Richard Branson. And like, hey, how you doing? And like, he was pretty cool. But like, that started everything. And shortly after, we started Black Ops with some of the flying games that we did, Agile Warrior, Black Dawn helicopter game, whatever. That's when, my brother joined that MGM basketball league, and that's when you were reffing. And I remember you were reffing, that's when we met. But like, the funny thing is, once, it was maybe a couple of years later, you'd done the Real World, you come back, you were going back and forth. And basically, I remember once you joined our team, I was like, yes. Because, it's just a after-work basketball team. But, like, when you got Syrus, the ringer, on the team, it was just like, I've seen, Syrus is one of the best basketball players I've ever seen. Okay, how tall are you? 6'2"?
I'm 6 even.
6 even, okay.
But I wish I was 6'2".
Okay, but still, I've seen you do things on run the whole game, like boom, single-handedly almost.
I've done my thing. I had my run, man.
How are the ankles? I remember
everything's good, man.
Okay, good.
I messed my Achilles up. I tore my Achilles a couple years ago, and coming back from that is interesting and weird. But
wait, on the Achilles, which right or left?
Left, of course.
Oh, dude. So
because I'm right-handed. So
I was out with Imani, who you met when we went down there, and we were I had met up with her in New York because her mom's in Connecticut, whatever, and so she was going to see her half brother Yarbrough up in Connecticut. So we all met at Sky Zone, and at Sky Zone I had already shredded my right calf. And I have a boxing instructor, and she said, "Oh, it's probably just tendonitis. You want to stretch and everything." And she was trying to give me the thing. Not tendonitis. I wasn't even doing gainers.
Heel
like
spurs, huh?
her 15-year-old stepbrother was basically doing all these maneuvers. Their Sky Zone's crazy, right?
Yeah.
They're playing dodgeball and everything. And like, I just stepped out like right onto the pad, and I heard a pop. And then like it balled up, and I completely severed.
So you tore your Achilles?
Not tore, completely severed. I had no Achilles tendon. And the doctor, I was walking around, and my trainer, I had this sort of big roid head trainer. It's like, shout out to Big Landon XL. No, he's a really good guy, and he's from I believe the Midwest. But he said, "Hey man, you go to the doctor. Do me a favor, just because we were lifting, and I was like limping around. He's like, let me take a look at that, and he's like, yeah, I've seen that because when you're doing when you're a huge like bodybuilder kind of guy, like he's seen all kinds of tears where muscles and tendons will ball up. Yeah. So I went to the actual, I went to get an MRI, and the doctor said, okay, you getting your blood work tomorrow, and you come into surgery on Wednesday. I'm like, wait, well, no, I'm going to Rolling Loud. What do you mean? I'm like, no. My girl wanted to go to Rolling. It was around my birthday.
You were walking around.
I was limping around for like a few weeks, and then my trainer kept insisting because I just thought it was one of those things. Well, it'll go away. He said no, because once you sever your Achilles tendon, it's not going to grow back. It has to come back through surgery.
Goodness
they make
gracious.
a clean cut, and then they put it together with I have 4 Kevlar stitches in my right foot. It took I had to like.
So you tear at the bottom?
It popped
at the bottom.
Yes,
though.
yeah.
See, mine tore up by my calf.
Oh, up top.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then I grew heel spurs. So the surgery I had a year and a half later was down for the heel spurs because of that.
Really?
Oh my dude, I was in the. You don't remember it when I was in it? Had the scooter, bro, with the 2 drink holders and streamers and rims on my shit.
Dude, I had the scooter. You had drink holders on your scooter.
Drink holder. Come on, bro. I was a party guy. Cider party guy. I was getting it.
Right.
Had rims and shit on my scooter. Pull up right in the bungalow.
Rims on the scooter.
Pull up right in the bungalow. Give me a couple of cocktails and just did my thing. Mm-hmm. So I was in the boot the first time.
Okay,
the first tour. Mm-hmm. And then after the surgery, a year and a half later, I'm in the boot again. I partied so hard. I was so depressed, bro. Yeah. There's nothing I could do. I just raged balls.
Dude, that's the thing. I mean, I'll admit I had to because I'm not like a big beer drinker, but sometimes on a hot summer day or whatever, or after work you go, O'Brien's I got a nice burger over there, have a beer, and then you might have 2 beers, and then all of a sudden you go once or twice a week, and then you got to really, it's the environment we live in. You go anywhere out to eat, Vegas, New York, here. Hey, what would you like to drink, sir? Because that's where they're going to make their most money, obviously. But like
the upsell.
As you're an athlete, I'm somebody who's been athletic. I always love running and stuff, and there's a big conflict there, right? So like, if the more time you spend at the Gaslight or the bar drinking, I never wanted to be one of those.
My problem was it didn't affect me like that the next day. I'm still up at 9 in the morning at the basketball course. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, we
training
play basketball outside. So I go and I show up doing whiskey vodka sprints. Mm-hmm. You can smell it coming off. I sweat like a madman. You can smell the vodka coming off me. You can fuck around and get drunk fucking with me. But that was my thing. It didn't affect me. I'm doing my thing. So you can bet, like no matter what, like clockwork. We play basketball Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 10:30 outside. Right. Saturday mornings at Crossroads. Mm-hmm. And then I played whatever during the week, whatever league I was in, whatever. I did that too. And it was just a nonstop thing. That's how I got out.
Wow.
And still partied like no other human was capable of doing. Oh, for sure.
But you made it through, Syrus.
I made it through, bro. Yeah. 27 countries later. Every state at least 50 times.
Have you been to 27 countries? Yeah. Wow. Man.
Partying, raging ball. Well, some were giving lectures. Mm-hmm. Others were fashion shows. They had me walking in. Sometimes I'm seeing a fashion show. Nice. Could be a boxing match, a lecture, a diplomat. With Robin Leach, like it just depends. Random
Robin Leach, that lifestyles of the rich and famous guy.
Oh, we had a gig where they put us next to each other, his table, my table, and Nancy Kerrigan skated up to our table. Yeah, bro, it was pretty interesting.
Nancy,
and I remember having a sifter of some fine cognac.
Really,
with Mr. Robin Leach.
Really?
See, what's fucked up for me is that all this shit happened before social media.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how big I would be right now with all those insane experiences today?
I mean, think about it. The real world, I know for especially a lot of young girls, that was the social media. Like, Syrus, like, I remember we'd be walking, me, you, Jose, maybe Kavika. I don't know if Kavika was with us. I think it was me, you, and Jose. We'd be walking down Venice Beach, and we couldn't get like 3 feet. People coming up to you, autographs, autographs. Even after the show. I mean, I remember we were like,
it still happens now.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. It's one of those things. So they're right now. It's called the We Want OGs movement. They're bringing back the OG cast members to do another challenge. So we're gonna do a challenge together. And I won one. The first one I did, I won.
What was the challenge? What did it entail? Like, how did
I bungee jumped from 30 stories into a ring of fire.
No. Get the hell out of here.
Yeah, dude. We did.
What?
It's all online, bro.
So this is like Fear Factor level, huh?
Yeah.
So
now it's crazier. Now the same show is for $1 million.
What, really? A $4 million show?
No, $1 million. So $1 million.
Oh, wow.
Was the price. It's called the Challenge, MTV Challenge. So
wow.
I'm looking to get on another one of these joints now. I won one. I made it halfway in 2 of them and almost won another, lost on the last freaking thing. And then went out like a chump on the other one. So it is what it is. They owe me. I'll be back.
Yeah, I'm sure you get
There's a reason I do my miles every day now and lift when I can.
You're looking good, man. I mean,
I'm fairly adequate, but thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, no, well, the thing is, you don't see someone for a while, and it's like, you could tell, like, even myself, like, I haven't, I was training with a buddy of mine. His name is Jeremy Horn. He was a wide receiver for the Kansas City Chiefs, and he would, when I was training with him, he also caught, like, apparently one of the longest touchdowns in NFL history, and he got like sacked the next day. That's the story he told me. Yeah, that's the story he told me. Yeah, and he had an unfortunate injury with an ankle breaker. He actually got drafted by the New York Giants, and he was asking me like, "Hey, can you help me like sort out my money and stuff?" Like, I'm like, "Hey, I'm not going to take your money. I'll show you how to manage it and invest for the future and buy Apple, whatever." But like he was right in the preseason, so he had like this $4 million contract, and right in the preseason, he's in New Jersey with Eli Manning, playing in a high school, high school field, and Eli throws him this total wobbler. Yeah. And this guy's like 6'5", can run. I mean, he's like 4.0 out of the box. I mean, it's like in terms of speed and just sheer athletic ability. I mean, it was pretty amazing. So like he went up and he caught this wobbler because he didn't want to, drop the ball as Eli Manning. And when he came down, he cracked his ankle, career over. And literally to the day, there's that, who is it? The guy that did the Cocaine Cowboys documentary series. Yes. He made another Corbin, Billy Corbin, the documentary, very good documentary filmmaker out of Miami, I believe. I think he's out of Florida, and he did a movie, a documentary called Broke. And it shows how in the NFL it's 3.5 years. That's like the average. Yeah. And my buddy Jeremy, God bless him, that's literally like he was going to be on the Giants. He was going to be a wide receiver on the Giants. And right in the preseason it was like September.
So he didn't get the pension.
He got. I mean, there was some stuff in there, but he basically, I'm not sure about the pension stuff, but like he wanted to be a wide receiver on the New York Giants. I mean, that was the gig. He was on the Kansas City Chiefs for 3 years. Crazy. But like, when you're coming up, like he got drafted right out of, UMass Amherst. But a really good guy. Anyway, so he was my trainer for a while, and I knew him through his ex-girlfriend. She worked with me on one of these apps, or whatever, and now she actually went over to Young and Reckless. So she started Reckless Girls. They're like, they'll never be a Reckless. Her name's Angela Aurelio. She's from Hawaii. I know her and her sister's from Hawaii. Her older sister had worked for me as an auditor, and then when Angela came out of school, she's out of Massachusetts, so she needed a gig, and she was really smart, double major, all this kind of stuff. And that's how I met Jeremy. But like he was always telling me regarding like the alcohol and stuff. He's like, look, you want to put longer spans of time, like whatever you do. Okay, everyone's got their thing. Everyone's got their public life, their private life, and then there's like this secret life over here. So if I'm if I'm throwing back the cognac, whatever, and like he's like, hey, look, whatever you do, just keep putting longer distances of time between every time you have a drink or whatever. And I never, I'm not going to mention any names, but I think we know who we're talking about. Yeah. Some people have, problems with it, whatever. I get to 2 or 3 drinks. I can't go beyond that, right?
Really?
I've
seen you do quite a bit.
Yeah, you've seen me in better days, I'm sure. But like, but nowadays it's like it affects me more. So I just, I do a little vodka, but I also like he was saying, Jeremy was saying, hey, you could go off for a couple months, and that's what I do. So sometimes I'll just go total detox.
That's dope. That's good.
I'm kind of a little bit of a lightweight now. Back in the day, we did have. I remember those great nights where, like we would connect at like, where was it, like Saddle Ranch and stuff.
That's what Sean just said. Saddle Ranch.
Saddle Ranch. Shout out to Conley, baby.
Oh my goodness, that was nuts.
But yeah, that was like crazy because we'd basically like, I remember like working, and then I'd have to do all this because at Black Ops I was doing all legal stuff and like budgets and trying to make payroll. We made payroll every 2 weeks for 13 years straight, and I'm talking about a several $100,000 per month payroll. Sometimes my payroll is $500,000 a month.
Goodness
it was like,
gracious,
if we didn't have those contracts set up, I mean, you can't know one individual unless you have like some rich uncle or something.
Yeah.
No one can actually afford, so
to payroll that is insane.
Yeah, but we had a good, and we survived and we thrived and and all that. But I mean, that was crazy.
Those were good times, bro. We would meet to watch the Laker games. We would go to Hooters and just turn out Hooters.
Right. Hooters now it's like
for hours.
I was just across the street at Britannia yesterday with my dogs having an omelet or something, and like I looked across the street and there's the Vidal Sassoon thing, and it's not Hooters anymore. It's called something else.
Yeah.
And I just looked across the street and I'm like, man, if those walls could speak,
that big island table we would get. It was nuts, man. It was great though.
And I'd meet you guys up there because I'd be like, I'd be coming out of the office trying to get like done with all this stuff because like the legal, it's like ping pong, you go back and forth, and I'd meet up with you guys. You guys already be there, pictures ready to go, and it would be just like a blast. Remember the streak the Lakers were on was just unbelievable. The whole Shaq
Kobe
thing.
Dude, that was man, those were the days. Showtime, baby. Speaking of the Lakers, Showtime is back.
Hey,
we are back, bro.
Yeah,
I love it right now, dude.
I love it. Hey,
what about the Los Angeles Slippers?
Where's that? Do you have that online? You want to show that?
Yeah, it's online. Check it out. Pull it up. It's
what's your
my new clothing line just dropped, you guys. It's called blackdesignerclothing.com. Check it out. Go on there. I have a little bit of everything, of course, from the vision of Syrus. You're gonna get a lot of LA things.
Nice. Is this your Shopify store?
Yeah, I have several different brands.
My main man's.
It's my first stab at it though, bro. But look at that. I do it for the babies too. That's my Yarbrough. So if you can see, you got the crown.
Oh, that's great.
And then you got the Nike swooshes upside down for the eyebrows.
Oh,
boom, connecting. Great. That's Black Beach Brothers brand. Mm-hmm. So I basically have like 8 brands in one. I want something for everybody.
Oh yeah.
That's it. Black Mamba. Think about that. And he's number 8 too. So I make things happen. The slippers. The LA slippers. You gotta like that, bro.
You've been slipping.
Look at that. Got something for the chicks up there too. A little dress hoodie.
I like it.
Little something with the LA symbol. Got something for the kids.
That's for Mini Cyrus coming. Cyrus Little Cy coming out soon.
Yeah, these are all my designs, bro. So I'm definitely pushing.
These are great, man.
Doing pretty good. Can't really complain.
I like.
There's another slide bar beneath that too, by the way.
Oh, what is it? Oh, another slide bar?
If you just...
Oh, there we go.
Had to hit it for the other Beach Brothers.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah.
Black Beach Bros brand. I like it. Yeah. Wow, I didn't realize it was that advanced. You have many designs, many...
So I basically have 8 different lines. Okay. But I'm putting them under one roof, and that one roof is Black Designer Clothing. So I got Black Beach Brothers brand. I got LACA with the hand signs and stuff. So Los Angeles City Attire is what that is.
Nice.
And then I got the Black Beach Bros brand, which is going to be kind of a lot of people don't know, but Santa Monica Inkwell, which is where Pico meets the beach, was a black beach back in the day.
Really?
And the first black surfer surfed there. Yeah.
Wait, you mean for black folks only? Or
that was where they called it the Inkwell because all black people went there. And Main Street in Santa Monica was all black too.
Really?
People,
I didn't know that.
The history of this city is crazy, bro.
Dude,
people just don't know because it's so different now.
Oh, it's so different.
So, I have a line that tributes to that.
That's great.
Black Beach Bros brand, also Inkwell Beach.
Oh wow.
Attire with
it's like an homage to it.
Yeah, it'll all be under that stuff, and I just try and make it happen, man. I stay busy with it.
Wow,
that's my whole thing. I've been creative. I've had several lines in the past. This is just a new line. So everybody go check out my website. blackdesignerclothing.com. I got something on there for everybody. You can also send in some requests of some kind of things that you like, and I can create that shirt for you.
Oh, nice.
So I got something for everybody. Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Yeah.
Thank you.
Wow.
Shameless plugs. Shameless plugs.
Hey, that's what it's all about, man. We got to YouTube ain't paying us any money, right?
Boy, Tic Tac said, "What's up? What's up, Tic Tac? What's up, Jillian? What's cracking? I see you, Jermaine West, y'all. Got Santa Monica, my boy OG Mouse in the house. That's what's up, dog." Man, my cousin Hassan just came on and said, "What's up?"
Nice.
Shout out to my man over there at 3B Farms. He's doing the weed and or should we say
cannabis?
It's CBD.
That's right. Now it's legal. I mean,
yeah.
Can you believe that? I mean, they'll charge you 26% tax on top of whatever, right?
Man, it is what it is, yo. Yeah. The American way. Get it while you can.
Exactly.
So, you want it chronic? We got the chronic. Got whatever you need. This is one of my pieces right here, too, though, that I'm wearing right now. This is for
nice.
The LACA, little tribute to everything that's out there.
City Attire. Wow.
Yes.
So tell me a little bit about this history of Santa Monica. I didn't just
there's a lot, man.
Just give me a little. I was 2 cents on that. I didn't realize that the Inkwell.
A lot of people don't know, but there's a lot. People think that all this crap with with the NBA speaking up and the current climate of America being so racist and so jacked up. People don't understand that things were put into place specifically to hold black people to a different standard, a lower standard.
Right. It was
something like redlining. Redlining is insane. If you know anything about that. But so black people that went and fought in the war and came home to Santa Monica and Venice, all the soldiers got property. Right. But what they would do is not allow the black people to have the actual beach property. They pushed them back 5 blocks to 5th Street.
Really?
So in Venice, when you have Ghost Town, Ghost Town was created because they put black people in that area. They didn't want you to be close to the beach, so you couldn't get the same exact thing. Now, me and you fought in the war together. You black, I'm white, but I can't get the house on the beach that you got, and we both fought in the same fucking war. It's ridiculous,
so
bro.
Whack.
There's so much shit like that people don't even...
That's
in their mind, they think, "Oh, that's so that was so long ago. It doesn't make a difference." Are you fucking kidding me?
I know. And then they just see like, oh, it's LeBron retarded, and this bro. And that. And you know, my views. You know, obviously, I don't really have a. You know, it's not my thing to say. But the way I look at it is like, hey, if I was LeBron and I could use my, you know, my visual power, my my fame, whatever, to raise awareness. I mean, we have to do. I mean, it's something just crazy, dude. It's crazy. I just watched a documentary last night on PBS Frontline. It's called "Policing the Police," and during the documentary, the guy, you know, there's a black journalist who's doing it, and his buddy that they went to college is now the mayor of the city, and he goes out on a ride along, and during the ride along, these cops who were Latino and black totally just see this black dude walking down the street, just walking home, and they go so aggro on him. And they put him down. He's down on the ground. He didn't have a gun, didn't have drugs. He didn't say anything. He just said, "Yo, don't," you know, he was just like, he just hesitated for a brief second. And most people don't realize, like, I'm from New York and stuff, and I have friends out there who are black who went to MIT and who like my friend's wife has like, she won like 2 Emmys. They can't get a cab north of 69th Street.
Standard shit, though.
It's so wrong.
But you know that as black, it's like that. And it's like me. Like, when I lived on 9th Street, bro, you know, I went to my bank on 9th in Montana. Right. You know I got accused of robbing my bank? Me.
What?
So I walk into the bank. I walk into the bank to bank. They're not ready for whatever. I walk back out. Go to the ATM. I come back to the bank. They're still not ready. So I walk to the back to my car. I get to the car. All I got is like, I don't know how many guns over the wall behind, one in my head. Cop car flies in, bang, bang, bang. They come out the car, body slam me and hog tie me in front of the bank, 2 blocks from my fucking house, homie. Fuck out of here. So I've never done anything wrong. Right. So I get body slammed, hog tied, they cussing at me, and I still see guns the whole time pointing at my fucking head, bro. I did nothing wrong.
Nothing wrong.
People come out the bank and say, no, he didn't do anything. Right. He's not. They body slam her. She was a black lady.
See that, and that just doesn't happen to white people. That's why they don't That's why people who are white or not black and subject to an aggressive police, they don't understand. Like I was saying, like, you just told me a story which I didn't even know. I've known you for over 20 years,
and you've known me to be a happy person throughout my life. Yeah, it's crazy, exactly. And that's just one. I got accused of robbing a liquor store. Listen to this shit, and you ain't even got to be black. What? But I got accused of robbing a liquor store on 11th and Broadway.
I know exactly what it is.
I drove up that street and kept driving, going toward MGM. And I'm thinking, fuck, there's 1 cop car, 2 cop cars. There's like fucking 10 cops behind me. They make a right here, make a right. They make a right. Make a left, they make a left. I start to panic. I call my mom. They pull me over right in front of MTV, bro. Really? And they were already setting up a perimeter up there. They stopped. They came out, guns out. They're like, put the truck. Remember my truck? Yeah. They were looking for a pickup truck, though. Not my truck, but they were looking for a pickup truck. Yeah, your and they're yelling at me, and I'm like, fuck, my truck's not even in park yet. Wow. They're like, take your left hand, reach over the steering wheel, and put it in park. I'm like, fuck. Bro, like this, shaking. Right. I reach over, put it in park. They're like, take your right hand, reach over, and open the door from the outside. And you're taking orders with all these guns. There's guns all in front of me and guns all behind me.
Like any one of them could just at one point just fucking murder you right there.
MTV's right there looking at me like, I knew he was a fucking thug. Like everyone's standing fucking
and you're not.
Outside.
That's the thing.
And I'm like, wow. So they're like giving orders. Walk to the back of the truck. I'm starting walking to the back. Hands around. What? No. Turn around. Walk backwards. I'm like, oh my, what the fuck, bro? Really? And I'm walking. I recognize 2 of the cops because I'm from Santa Monica. They fucking know me since I was a fucking child. I'm walking back. I'm shaking it. I walk to the curb. I turn around. No. Sidestep to the curb. I'm like, oh my fucking, am I going to fucking die? Yeah. So I get to the fucking
you're
curb
unarmed.
finally.
You're not even, come on, man.
They get me on the ground. And it's one thing to see a cop with a gun. When the cop has got the gun pointed at you, walking up to you, you don't, what if he fucking trips and fucking gun goes off?
That's the thing. You don't, I mean,
and
gun
you're sitting
safety.
there, bro, sweating profusely, paranoid as fuck. Now, They don't tell me what they pulled me over for, and guess what I find out what they were looking for?
What's that?
A white man or a Latin man driving a white pickup truck just robbed that liquor store, and they thought I fit the bill.
But you had a blue.
I'm black as fuck,
and you don't even. And your truck wasn't. It wasn't a pickup truck. It was like a.
The top's off. It's convertible.
It was a convertible. You converted a Jeep.
It was the craziest thing ever.
Damn.
And then they finally, they cuffed me, or whatever, and they let me go. And I'm like, why in the fuck did you guys? What the fuck? What? I need some fucking answers, bro. Yeah, I vowed to myself to, if anything ever happened to me again, I'm going to complain. I'll go down to the police station.
Did you talk to an attorney?
Mr. Butts is there. I should have. Mr. Butts is there.
Your civil rights are being violated.
That's standard, though. That's what I'm saying. That's part of being black. That's not the fucking. And I got several other stories I could tell you, and it's just
and that's
crazy.
Why the system has to change.
This motherfucker spent 45 minutes trying to convince me how I could see how the police got that wrong. No, motherfucker, I don't know. To this day, I'm fucking scarred. I hate fucking cops. I'm paranoid of fucking cops. I have cops that are good friends of mine that I've known forever. But at the same time, I can't just let a time like this go and not be spoken.
Of course not.
So, and I hate to like push this on people and shit, but fuck that.
But it's not about pushing. It's about raising awareness. It's
crazy.
Look, I've known you for all these years, and I remember you telling me that you'd be in the South. And you'd be like driving through the South, and you'd be like so nervous and stuff. And you're trying to explain that to me, like how it actually is to be, a black man living in America today. And you're not, you went to college, you've got your own business, you're an athlete, you're a reality TV star, basically. I mean, you're one of the first.
Yeah, man.
And it's like, I just think that it's I don't look at it as, we're just, beating this into. I mean, it's something that now one thing I don't agree with is when other groups try to glue themselves onto, you see all these like white people out there, rioting and stuff and trying to glue. Yeah. I understand the awareness and stuff, but like, I just think that the system has to change.
But there's people from our circle that don't technically believe in the movement that's happening. They don't think there's a movement.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm like, then they're just so.
But you're like one of my friends. Like what? I've lost so many friends over this shit, which is fine. Fuck. You're not really my friend, bro, if you look at this shit the wrong way. And then all this political stuff is coming up and all this stuff is happening. I'm like, I don't care where you stand politically.
Right.
It's not really about that.
It's not about Trump or Hillary.
I know you as a
whoever,
person.
Yeah.
But I'm here for humanity.
Exactly.
And whoever's the most caring about humanity is who I'm probably going to vote for, period.
Right. Exactly.
Because I'm here for the have-nots. I've had everything I want in my life. My life is phenomenal. Yes, I've been treated bad. But I've also had a really good life. I love this fucking country. It can be the best thing ever.
You've been to many countries. Does any compare? I mean,
to me, no. Nothing compares to America.
Same here.
Like at the same time, it's just like people just need to understand, man. Like, don't knock the next person for their beliefs, good or bad. It is what it is. We all know right from wrong, and we have our opinions on that. And if you're going to vote, I say you don't vote because this person is a clear racist or this person is clearly for the people. Vote what you think off of 5 different things, or at least 3 things that you deem will make your life the way you want it to be.
Exactly.
And that's what I say. Some people are voting, I couldn't possibly go for abortion. Fuck that. I can't go that way. I got to go this way.
Right.
That, to me, you're a fucking idiot. Yeah, that's what you're doing. You're an American idiot because you just fucking want in this country.
You're an idiot in America.
But at least you have a chance to have a fucking voice. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. It's just like these times are nuts. I've worked with Rock the Vote for years. I've spoken with Hillary Clinton in front of 50,000 people, and I've always been involved, and I always have a voice. And I think people get confused sometimes now. He's just talking, or he's just angry. He's jumping on the bandwagon. Like, fuck that.
It's not a bandwagon. It's not. It's like look. It's like somebody like me who grew up in essentially Italian white suburbia in Long Island, New York. I've never been thrown to the ground. I've been maybe harassed, like me and my friends, maybe like Halloween or something like that, but nothing like as systemic.
Yeah.
No white person can understand what it's like to be thrown to when you've done nothing wrong. You didn't even
if you have done something wrong, which is crazier.
Well, that's the thing about the whole George Floyd thing. Even if he was on a drug or he was whatever, he passed a $20 bill, whatever it was, it's not worth taking a man's life. There should be I don't care if he's the worst criminal in the world. The whole reason we live in America is because you're entitled to due process. Okay, if you went and killed somebody and you go and somebody goes to court, fine. You get the punishment.
If you do anything wrong, where there's going to be guns involved, I mean, shit happens. I get that, but You don't have to always shoot someone running away. Period.
Dude, that is just every time I see that.
Breonna Taylor is even fucking crazier.
Me. Oh my
Breonna
God.
Taylor shit is nuts. You heard about that?
She was
though,
an
right?
EMT.
You know what just happened?
No.
They gave the family $12 million yesterday, I believe, just on the civil side. So the other part's still going to court.
Criminal side, right?
But how? It's already a known fact that they fabricated a story about that being a dope house. Because it's in the zone where they want to rebuild and do other shit with, and those people wouldn't leave. It's known that they fabricated it. Now there's a black guy, the main prosecutor person that's there right now. He still hasn't done anything.
Why? That's what I'm saying.
So this is beyond
because of his job. Because I'm afraid to lose my job. You can get another job.
My thing is this: like, I don't condone crazy shit happening.
Of course,
but like you heard about the 2 cops that got shot here, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah, dude, down in Compton, right outside the metro station.
But the bottom line, like I'll tell you right now, I don't condone this, and I'm not saying that. But if you keep killing, because by the way, every single week since the beginning of the year, a black man or woman has been killed by a cop. Every single week.
I know.
And people are up in arms right now. I saw on Facebook, pissed off because 2 cops got shot. That's not a good thing. I'm not saying that, but I guarantee you it's going to happen a lot more unless they fucking fix this goddamn system and do something and make people feel like they make a fucking difference.
And there's cops.
It's crazy. And
leaving in droves too. Like, have you seen like I forget which? I lose track of which.
I
city.
saw Buffalo. That happened for sure.
Yep.
But did you hear about the one here too? The gang of cops in the sheriff's department?
No, but I'm sure
they're gangs with tattoos. They're gangs.
Oh yeah. Tell me a little bit about that. I saw the tattoos.
They got the tats,
it's like a gang within the police department,
and that's a bunch of those. I got something today. My man just posted Catlope. Shout out to you real quick. Catlope posted this joint earlier, and they're basically outlining all the cop gangs out there.
Oh wow.
It is what it is, man. People don't understand it. This shit is much deeper than it's
not just what you were told when you were growing up, like by your Sunday school teacher. It has nothing to do with that, and it's almost like it almost is a gang within the police department because
they call themselves a gang. Like that's what they call themselves. They have tattoos that match for that reason.
What would they do? Would they go?
They would fuck people up. They would set up a plan, go out and fuck up as many brothers as we can fuck up. And taking money. I mean, it's all a huge deal. Yeah, they find the dope houses out. They know where they're at. Turn off the body cam. Go and do what you got to do. And then one of them drove up and fucking spilled the fucking beans. And he started getting hate shit and death threats instantly from the rest of the cops. So this fucking blue line bullshit that people are trying to put out there. Fuck that. Fuck
Dude, we
all
live in
y'all.
the internet age.
If you're a fucking cop and you know other fucking cops that have done some fucking wrong shit, then guess what, good cop? You're now a fucking bad cop.
You're a bad cop.
Fuck if you straight up. And I know I got a lot of friends that are cops. I love you guys. I know you as a person. It is what it is. I'm not saying that's you. But if you know people that are doing wrong and you're not doing something about it, you're just as fucking wrong.
Exactly. Done. Especially if you're a cop. It's like, all these guys are, and it's like people think that it's like this, these, I mean, not only that, but the militarization of the police. I mean, look, this, I sat down with Alan, we moved out to California September 1990, 30 years ago this month.
That's amazing, bro.
I landed in California with a backpack and a couple of boxes sent to Alan's brother's law firm. Thank you, ML. I appreciate it. And, I landed here, and like a year later, the place went lit with the Rodney King thing. It was March, the end of March, I believe, 1991. And so I sat down with Alan maybe 2-3 weeks ago, and we said, hey, like, has anything really improved? Like, think about it. Back then, Rodney King was beat down, caught on video camera because they just had those VHS cameras, whatever, beat by 4 cops, did not die. Fast forward to 2020, not beat by 4 cops, didn't die, and can't we all get along? No, killed. Standing, and that guy that put his knee on his neck and everything, like they knew each other. Yeah, like they knew each other from some club, and there was a relationship.
Had numerous occasions where he's been physical. It's
exactly, crazy. He's had so many things, and I mean, I could talk all day about this, and obviously, I really is for whatever anyone else says who isn't black. You can't have an opinion on it because like you have. I believe that somebody like you who's been thrown to the ground by cops
several occasions. Billy Club shoved in my mouth by another cop. Kicked up by cops in Venice when I was a child. Kicked up by cops because I didn't run.
Wait, kicked?
Motorcycle cop pulls over. What are you guys doing out here? Everyone takes off. We're just walking home. I decide not to run for once.
Right.
And he kicks the shit out of my knee. Beneath my knees, my shins were all fucking bloody.
Really?
Yeah, he just kicked my shins up and took off on his motorcycle.
Just because?
Yeah, that's what dude. It's
See, that's wrong. That's
the thing.
wrong.
Like,
that's wrong.
How could I possibly like cops? Every time they get in my fucking rearview mirror, you start fucking shaking. Your palms get sweaty. Okay, take your jewelry off. Put it over here. Put it over there. Like, do what you got to do to make sure that they hopefully don't fucking kill you. And it's always been like that. Yep. This ain't just new shit.
Right.
But like, I mean, I applaud you for wanting to even talk about this and go there. And I thank you.
Why? Oh, of course.
Because a lot of people, it's uncomfortable for them. And I'm like, it's not about the uncomfortable. Like, you need to understand the uncomfortableness because we're Americans and we're trying to live here together. Right. And if I'm uncomfortable in a situation where you don't have to be uncomfortable, fuck. You know, it's different when you choose to put yourself in an uncomfortable situation.
Yeah, of course.
You got no fucking choice. And it's like people are comparing this to all kind of random shit. I'm like, dude.
But it's not. That's the thing. It's like I said.
It's common humanity shit.
It's like basic human rights. Yeah. And when it's slanted so far in that direction to be abusive towards African American people who, you know, I just think it's not only is it wrong, it's just inhuman. This is America, man. I mean, America should be a place where people are free, where people can walk home without, and you know, if you turn on that PBS thing, it's exactly what you're describing in this day and age. And it was shot in 2020. So fast forward from 1991 Rodney King to, you know, George Floyd, and you saw what they did here in Santa Monica and the whole show.
Insane.
You know, it moved from
that really fucked me up because I remember buying my first pair of Vans in like the 5th grade. That store.
I buy my Vans right there.
I cried watching that shit happen. I'm like, how the fuck can they allow it to happen in Santa Monica?
Well, I believe there was a stand down. So it's like, can you imagine owning businesses here? And
so
like
they did it purposely.
And it's like, okay, so what are the police doing? Like, what are they here for? To write me a ticket?
I can't.
You know what I mean?
Respect that situation, man. I really can't.
Dude, I'm like, questions my, you know, and then the other thing is, you know, you look at the high price of, you know, whatever taxes and everything. I live in Santa Monica here, and like you look at, you know, the result. Okay, they open up that metro line or whatever, and now there's like 1 million meth heads down there. Like, dude, I literally. Was with my dogs. I just wanted to get out for a little bit. I was going down to, you know, 4th Street down right past Samoa. You know, you make that left and you go and the police station's kind of on your right. Samoa is on your left. Right. I'm at that light, you know, the pier's ahead of me and my window's kind of down. And this old Karen meth head white woman rides up to me on a bicycle, obviously, you know, on meth or something. She's like, your dogs are beautiful, but I hate all adults. And she just started. I didn't do anything. I'm sitting at a light and I'm looking over, and there's vagrants everywhere. And she rides kind of in front of my thing, and she got just far enough away in the cross section, flips me off everything. I'm like, you know what? This place has changed. You know what I mean?
Santa Monica's a different place. Like
it really is.
20 years ago, we're friends with some of the homeless people. And I treat them like I treat everyone else.
Exactly.
Like
they're no human beings, man.
If they're a little out of their mind sometimes and don't give them money, fuck that. If I can help you leave that crazy reality that you're in for a moment, and I got it, of course I will.
Sometimes it's even saying
Birdman?
Hello. Yeah.
Birdman was one of the famous cats around here that was homeless, man. It's like, I don't know, man. It's crazy times and crazy things, bro. Yeah. Definitely that.
But yeah, I appreciate you bringing it up. I'm not scared to talk about it. I think
we know each other for real, and that's my whole point. But there's other friends from our circle,
really, that
have different views, and they moved away, and they're so far in the opposite direction that they've let it interfere with our friendship.
Yeah. See, I think to each his own. I think that if somebody who's a NBA player who makes millions of dollars or a NFL player wants to take a knee, you know, my hat's off to Colin Kaepernick.
You hear what the sheriff said about LeBron?
Oh my God!
Can you fucking believe they actually did that? And then there's people jumping on the bandwagon from Santa Monica that live in Santa Monica saying, "Oh my God, LeBron's a racist. He should be jumping on it."
He's not a racist.
What are you talking about?
He's trying to raise awareness. And by the way, just the fact that
the sheriff said
that they should
put out money for this thing.
I couldn't believe
and they're saying that he's racist because he's not doing that.
Yeah, and
people here in Santa Monica, what makes it even crazier to me? I'm like, wow, I went to fucking high school with you, you stupid bitch. What are you talking about? And I want to just But you can't. But it's like everyone's entitled to their opinion. But you're a fucking idiot.
No, but
if you want to
look, there's right and there's wrong. I mean, there's right and there's wrong. And I don't care, where you're from, how old you are, how young you are, how educated, whatever. Like you said, if you see even homeless people I see in the park, at Douglas Park over there, where I walk my dogs and stuff, I always try to say hello to them. Sometimes they just need somebody to sort of acknowledge that they're human and they're not just a waste of human life sitting on the side of a road, And it's sad, you can't solve the problems of the world. The woman who is obviously whacked out on methamphetamine, like you could tell in the face, I mean, I was, it's a little side note I don't want to mention, but you remember us? Yeah. So, I was down with Imani down in Venice Beach. It was about a year and a half ago. And, this guy's selling their CDs down there. And I figured, let me buy this guy's CD. He comes up to me and it's CD Faison.
That's crazy.
And he takes his bandana down. And I remember him because he's kind of a tall guy, skinny, took his bandana down and his entire, his entire mouth was just, there's meth.
Wow.
So I'm not going to I don't want to mention names or anything, but you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
And it's unfortunate because, he's like, did I work with you? Because I didn't want to get into a whole conversation, and obviously he knows Jose and everything, but it was sad because he was down there in that the Venice courts area, and he just walked up, and when he pulled his bandana down, this is before COVID, he had a bandana on. I remember it was like green, like weed leaves or something, typical kind of flowery thing. And when he pulled it down, you could obviously tell that he had fallen on those hard times. So it's like,
that's crazy, man.
I just think that all this military might that's gone into our police departments almost injected more testosterone into what they're doing wrong in a way, right? I mean, why do we need SWAT vehicles in a suburb? You know what I mean? What? It's
insane.
I mean, it's crazy. Yeah.
Your boy Trumpito. I just can't believe people are going to still vote for him in so many levels.
I can't believe he became president. He didn't even believe that he was. You know the whole thing?
I know.
Have you seen there's a documentary that Michael Moore made? It's called Fahrenheit 11/9.
I've seen that one.
It's about the Gwen Stefani thing where she was getting paid more than Donald Trump, and he wanted to stage a marketing thing. Even on the night he was elected, if you go back and you look on the floor of the RNC, you'll see his two sons going like this, they couldn't believe. Even Donald Trump himself said to his staff, said, "Gas up the jet. I'm going to. I think he was going to Ireland to play golf because he didn't want to hear Hillary winning. He didn't want to deal with it.
Wow.
And so all of a sudden he won. And that's and by the way, that is the power of the reality star. I think if he was just another, there's a lot of douchebags and there's a lot of
I just hope the guy
New York.
Kanye gets off his fucking. He's fucking a nutbag.
It's
completely out of his goddamn mind.
I mean, it's
everything he's doing. He's out of his fucking mind. And if someone
do you think
votes
he's
for
lost
him,
it a little bit, maybe?
He's fucking an idiot, dog. Literally, he's doing. It's already known why he's doing it.
Do you think he's doing it for publicity? More?
No, he's doing it so that he can take votes away from Biden, so that his friend trying to make this place fucked up again. If you ask me, and it is what it is.
Yeah, well, I mean. I didn't see that one coming. We didn't think that would actually happen. It's just crazy.
The fact that it's even a conversation is insane to me, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm from New York. I know, you can't drive anywhere without seeing a Trump Tower somewhere, right? I mean, but again, it's sort of the power of that middle America. I don't want to say redneck, but that's a generalization. But I'm just saying, people who live out in farms or wherever the hell, they're not in cities, and maybe they're not as informed or whatever, and they just oh, that's that famous guy, vote for him. And I
think it's that, and it's also he's pushing the division card as hard as he possibly can.
And that's
and and anyone that follows him, no, he's not.
That's the biggest problem I have with him compared to President Obama. President Obama was presidential. You can say whatever you want about him. He was a president. He never saw.
Compassion.
He had compassion. You never saw him tweeting about Rosie O'Donnell's weight or some random stupid stuff. Idiot. It's almost like, it's like you have a New York asshole who's in charge of the world.
Yeah.
And that's why that Michael Moore thing is so funny in a way. It's not funny, but he's like, hey, fuck Gwen Stefani, I'm going to be king of the world. And he's like, they do that super close in on Trump. And, I actually know a lot about his organization because I had it, me and my friends had an apartment in one of his buildings. It just happened to be in a building that he owned, right? Like, or that his name was on or whatever. He didn't really own it. The owners owned it, whatever. But like, I got rid of it and everything years ago. But still, it's like, the problem that I have, the biggest problem that I have with that guy is that he pushes the division card. Even with this wildfire thing, he's up there with Gavin Newsom saying, no, there's no climate change. It's like, don't worry about the science. And he just says, like it'll get cooler soon. I mean, these are the and I think he's actually
drink bleach.
Drink bleach. I think there's a comedian he's on. His name is Joey Diaz. He's a great podcaster, and he just puts his he's a Cuban guy he's a Joe Rogan friend and all that stuff.
Nice.
Great comedian, but he says it like I was watching his podcast with Michael Rappaport and another guy last night.
I love Rappaport, by the way.
He's great.
That's my guy. He calls Trump Dick Stain. I love it.
And Johnny Manziel, he's like, you crackhead, because he fucked up his NFL career. But like that, I mean, that thing is like whacked. Just the fact that this guy is so divisive and just ignoring. Climate change. Bro. Oh, don't worry, it's going to get cooler. Joey Diaz said it the best. He said, I think Trump's just up there. He just gets a kick out of fucking with people. He's like, watch this. Dude, there's no science in climate change. Half the whole West Coast is on fire. I mean, look, you've lived here all your life. When you grew up in California, was there like fires every
Fuck no.
Dude, where did that come from? And then he comes in, he says, there are places in Europe where they do some deforesting, because he's basically trying to call us a bunch of tree huggers. If you try to, for example, buy property in Santa Cruz, you want to cut down a tree, you can't. It's against the law. These are, the protected trees, whatever. And he's trying to like shift it over to that. And it's just like, that's the one thing that I said before about Costa Rica, where I go down there and I don't have to deal with any of that. I'm the gringo. I'm the minority. I'm the, if I don't speak Spanish, I'm even worse down there. You know what I'm saying? So it's interesting. They should transport every redneck in America to a foreign country where they don't speak the language, where they basically don't know the culture, and where they're the minority, and then see how you're treated. Okay. See how the tables turn. Okay?
I write, and I've written something along those lines that is very interesting.
Try it,
be a good read. That'll be my next project, hopefully, to come out.
I mean, it's one of the reasons I learned Spanish, because I didn't want to be down there, in that movie Salvador, that Oliver Stone movie, where like you can't understand what the guys are saying and stuff, and it's like, I think it's, I just think that this world needs a leader who is going to unite us, not divide us. And that's the worst thing that you see, like people standing on the corner in Beverly Hills in front of the Beverly Hills sign, like there's that huge black guy with the mag. Have you seen these guys out there?
Yeah, dude.
I mean, it's like,
how much are they paying him?
Exactly. And I get like everyone's entitled to their stance, but there's huge issues at stake here. Huge humanitarian issues. Dude, we live in America. This is the third world country now. If you go down to Santa Monica,
if this dude fucking stays in office, bro,
oh my God,
it's going to be insane.
Dude, I'm almost like thinking like maybe I should just, I don't know if I want to be around for riots.
I can't.
Part 3,
I would never leave this country.
Of course.
God damn, bro.
Yeah.
And the way this coronavirus thing, who knows what to fucking believe. It's just...
I personally think it's something that, it's a bad flu, whether it was made or not made. It came over here. People caught it. Older people who had respiratory illnesses, whatever.
Yeah.
And then it just, because Trump is so divisive that the other side has to, CNN and all the news, they have to politicize it and make it like maybe even bigger than it is. I mean,
it's crazy.
I mean, people still, my dad's girlfriend got it. I know a few people who had it.
You know anyone has died?
No, but I know someone who's that kind of thing. Like
that's when it becomes real to me, when people know cats that have passed and shit like that. So it's been really close to me too.
Well, remember the video I sent you with that little music video thing I did? Yeah. Well, the girl.
That was dope.
Yeah. Thanks. She actually did a pretty good job on it, for given the short notice circumstances. But the girl that enters the door, that's actually her babysitter and a friend of hers. She just left. I think she just left California, but that girl had a friend who passed from COVID. So it's not that far out of reach. Like maybe, I don't know. I know a few people who had it really bad, but I don't know anyone who's died. But there are people who
my best good friend from Real World, Beth from Venice Real World, her father-in-law passed from it.
Really? Oh, I'm sorry to hear that.
My security at Cancun
really
passed from it.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so it's not like people say, oh, it's just a hoax. It's not a hoax. It is a real virus. Yeah. But leave it to the politicians to make it a big political mess out of it too. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Like I'm trying to make the next step in my life, and the in-laws, both of them are prime candidates to catch it. Mm-hmm. And so it's delaying that process of moving forward, trying to jump the stick, do all that stuff. You can't jump the stick when, no one's going to be there and they can't come. So it's like, we're waiting on that. Stuff really hits home to me that people are flipping out over wearing a mask. Mm-hmm. The other side is flipping out on wearing a mask. Are you fucking kidding me?
I mean,
how much is that going to affect your life, though? Yeah. Really?
Well, I think that the mask is there for a reason, right? It's like if you sneeze on something.
So they say. I mean, the problem is if you're on the other side and you're hearing all the shit from the other side that's being funneled through your social media, you're going to start believing some of that shit.
Exactly.
And if you're on our side, and it's clearly the way I'm speaking, I'm for humanity. Mm-hmm. All that shit's getting funneled, so I feel this way. So I don't fault people for being brainwashed,
right,
and doing what they're doing. But at the same point in time, I fault people for not really being human and not having a fucking heart and a conscience that work together. Because
you can't separate them. You have to exactly. It's like, oh, I have a heart, but like I'm going to think this in a totally different direction.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I just heard today?
What's that?
Vice TV. Or Vice, the network, is coming up with this thing. They say a large percentage of youngsters do not believe the Holocaust actually happened. Are you fucking kidding me?
You know what part of the problem is too is like, my brother's kids are now like going into the oldest one's going in teenager. He's like 13, and then the other one's like 11 or 10, and like because they're being told stuff so much. They're being told this. It's like basically what happens is they want to do the opposite. So if you tell them, oh yeah, like wear a mask, they're not going to want to wear a mask, just because they're kids, right? But if social media is saying like, whatever, you could pick the sky is green. Yeah. They're going to say, well, the sky, the sky's not green. Like they're it's like there's a sort of an opposite effect to these things.
That's crazy to me, man. Like I don't know.
But yeah, I was curious to see like because I got here in 90. You went to Samoa, right?
Samo High, yes. Yeah, Santa Monica High School, baby. Yeah, Celebrity High.
Yeah, I mean, and that's like I said regarding the wildfires. Like when you were going to high school, like you didn't did you have to like take a break? Like okay, we can't go here or there because the whole West Coast is on fire.
By the way, one of Trump's main writers went to Samo High.
Really?
Another dick stain.
And I mean, because I knew part of the management of that. A friend of mine, like I said, had a nice apartment at one of Trump Tower, or whatever, and he had to move. He just him and his wife. They're big Wall Streeters. Like they have money and stuff, like real money, and like they just moved down to Florida. Yeah, and it's like
anything to get away from this dude. I don't know, man.
They had so many people outside their building, whatever. But yeah, again, it's just the divisiveness. I mean, it's one thing to say, okay, we did this and that with the economy, but like, what about with the human beings? What about like,
What up, dirtbag? my boy DJ Dirty 30 just chimed in. I'm sorry.
That's
now right. It's called Mr. Slim McGraw out there in Charlotte, beautiful Charlotte.
Yeah, big shout out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, man, there's so much happening, brother. I mean, it's
I think it's crazy. I mean, one thing that I like is let's take a look at this. You see this?
What is this, bro?
Is the legend coming back?
Oh yeah!
Oh yeah! I can't wait, baby. Last weekend, which showed him throwing a six-punch combination in his new trainer Rafael
Mike Tyson Punch-Out was actually the reason I got back into video games, because I heard, wow, this programmer made like a couple $1 million at this game. The first Mike Tyson Punch-Out sold like hotcakes on the Nintendo, and the lead programmer designer guy like made royalties, and I was like, wow, so he made royalties off Mike Tyson Punch-Out. He made a great game. The game sold like crazy, but like he made royalties like a rock star or whatever, like somebody who makes like a Rolling Stones on their album or something. So I was like, it got me. I was like, wow, so I don't just have to have my salary, I can also make royalties. And that's actually the main reason I left Virgin, because me and my team had worked so hard on that RoboCop game, they wouldn't give us a penny. I just give me a nickel. And for me and my team, just a nickel, 5 cents. I don't want $1 per unit. I want 5 cents. Call it a bonus, call it whatever you want. call it a bonus, call it a
Anything.
reward, like they do in online these days. But like you can actually exactly call it anything. But they're like, hey, you can't have it. So I'm like, okay, I'm leaving. I'm starting a company. And interestingly enough, Will was working at Sony at the time, and his cohort, one of his friends and executives, was Mark Wozniak, who's Steve Wozniak's brother. Okay. So Steve Wozniak was the guy who created the Apple computer. Him and Steve Wozniak, Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was kind of the salesman. Steve Wozniak was the computer genius. This guy literally, I studied his books when I grew up. I learned on the Apple and everything. That's how I learned computer programming. And it was Steve Wozniak's brother, Mark, who's actually, he's a big wine connoisseur. And Mark Wozniak was, he's at Sony, and he actually signed me to Sony PlayStation. Like, even while I was still working at Virgin, and because Will and him used to go out, and he invited me out one day, and we became friends, and so it was thank you to the Wozniaks to that. And that's actually, once I had that deal, because it was back in the day, you couldn't just release a game. If you wanted to release a video game, like, you couldn't just release a game on Nintendo. Nowadays, I can create a game in a weekend on the Unreal Engine and put it up online, and
Really?
Well, yeah, because nowadays what you do is, instead of, remember at Black Ops, we had all those people working. You come over at Jose's office, whatever, but we have banks of programmers, artists, and designers. It's kind of a cool thing. Now it's like, okay, well, I need a basketball court. Okay, so you go online and you just buy a basketball court. Now you can also go online to Fiverr or something and build it. But like, I just bought a whole bunch of power-ups, power-ups in a game kind of thing. Mm-hmm. So I bought them for like $30, like power-up packs. So now I have plenty of power-ups. And so instead of putting an ad, hiring somebody through HR, the new way is to, and you still need some people or any, but like, it's way less of a human footprint kind of thing.
That's crazy.
But Mike Tyson's Punch Out. Shout out to Mr. Tyson. Actually, dude,
he's about to beat the shit.
Oh my God, he's gonna kill Roy Jones. Don't you think? Roy Jones Jr.
Holyfield was like, I don't want that smoke.
She's like, look at this.
Sparking comeback.
This is at
the retired
50-something years.
In 2005.
Okay, I'm not going to watch the whole video.
In his new trainer,
the new stuff is scary. When you see guys punching, like, have to turn away and walk away because he just knocked every inch of air out of this man, and he's got that little machine on. Oh my God!
Exactly, and that's scary. Like I used to watch because I wrestled. That was my sport track, and I went to I did some karate stuff, like weekend warrior training, private training, whatever. Yeah. And then a couple of years ago, before I tore snapped the Achilles, I basically went and studied boxing just with a private trainer, just not to get hit or whatever, just to learn. It's actually really good exercise, but like, you see this guy when he was like 19, Customato, it scares like even right now, my spine is tingling, and seeing this stuff at 53, 56 years old. This guy's like, and it's just a testament to he's been through a lot. He's even self-admitted like that. He's partied and he doesn't
rage balls.
Rage.
I partied with him in Vegas a little bit.
Yeah.
Hands down.
I used to see him at some of the nice hotels in New York, and it's funny. I'm not going to say exactly what happened, but I just remember him running out. It was like some girl like chasing after him, and he got into his limo and drove away. And he's just like the window rolls up, and he was just like smile.
Just like in the movies, right?
Just like exactly like in the movies.
That's classic. Man.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. It's
my girl boxes, so
that's a great sport.
She was, before this whole COVID thing, she was set to get her boxing on the possibly in the fight, on that level, and see if she had what it takes. We got in the garage, we got the bunch of bags, the speed one, the bob one, and then the big heavy bag too. Nice. I have yet to get on it though because I got these little frail ass mittens. I'm not trying to break nothing else. See those pinkies? They already don't straighten out.
Oh yeah. And was that from ball?
Of course. My back. Both pinkies. Never really broke nothing. Never been in a cast and all that, except for my Achilles. But these damn things, gotta keep the mittens right. But I gotta get out there and get that sweaty and do a little something different.
All right. Okay. Yeah, that's good. So when's your are you still doing these gigs or some public speaking, or
I do.
Are they kind of throttling it back a little bit, or
I throttle back the nightclubs. I'll still do them. It's got to be the right price and the right situation.
Right.
I do weddings too, so it's got to be right price, right situation.
Nice.
I'm not doing it if I'm not getting the full blown real suite, not like a fake suite, a real suite.
Right, not like this.
Gotta have a real suite. Gotta have 3 amazing meals a day for me and my woman when I bring her.
Right.
2 flights. 2 security guards at the gig for us alone, and a VIP area for us to be in, and like a green room for us to be in backstage. And I phantom it for 5 to 10 racks.
Right.
We can get it done.
Nice.
The problem is it's just as much to set it up as it is to actually do it now. But if they want me, that's what they get. So it's it is what it is, and I'll do.
Well, it's almost like the prep. You got to get paid for all that time in prep too, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
At the same point in time, because I'm older now. Before, I do 3 gigs in a night, and it wouldn't give a damn. And I got because my rider is always 2 bottles of Goose will get me loose, 3 bottles of Kettle to the metal.
Woo! Kettle to the metal, baby.
That's what it always was. And so I decided to kind of cut back on that and do it the right way. And I just hosted this amazing reggae band, bro. They did the first virtual. You got to pull this up.
Yeah.
They're called Arise Roots.
Oh, I know exactly who you're talking
And
about.
so-
Dude, these guys are great.
But punch up the album
Virtual release party. It's right there.
That's
Top
me.
in.
So I MC this and host. Come on.
This is the thing. This is the thing. I saw it on your social media. That's where I saw it from. But I've been aware of these guys.
Yeah.
Is this the first one? Let's check it out.
First of all, thank you so much for sharing your talent. It's so good to listen to live
This
music.
is just the actual virtual one. There's an actual.
Okay, hold on.
That's the Q&A part.
Yeah.
So it's called Pathways. That was it.
This one?
This is Path. It's long. Yeah, I think that's it.
Oh, is
Yeah.
this?
So I come on right when it's in.
Okay.
20 any second now, but their music is amazing, man. They're so rootsy. There we go.
Oh yeah. This is right. I did see this. But
Yeah.
let's watch it.
Pretty sick. Gotta show people that too that they ain't seen yet. They're one of the most amazing reggae bands out there. Shout out to Rise Roots.
Rise
They do their
Roots,
thing, man. Ineffable Records. They make it happen, bro.
Wow. Babylon
Cruise.
boy. Babylon boy. Loving it. Okay.
Thank you.
So I understand on this new record, man, you guys got a couple collaborations you got going.
Yeah.
One with Eric Rachmani of Revolution and Kyle McDonald of Slightly Stupid. And that song you got called Come and Get It.
Yeah, come and get it. Yeah, it was cool how that song even came together.
Yeah, man, this was a
we were
pretty
jamming
dope
at a
situation.
show one day, and
The first
Kyle and
COVID
Eric both jump on stage with us
friendly
separately just to
like
kind of
studio to
jam,
open
you know
up.
what I mean?
Really?
And so I've never done anything like this where I got to be so far away
So
from
it was
you.
like, was
Oh, is that why you stand all the way over there? Oh, right.
Yeah.
This
Take
just
the
happened a
vibe
couple
that we
months
just
ago.
had right
Yeah,
here.
and I just got the
You know what I'm
script
saying,
late, it all
record and
unfolded
put it out.
within
So
like,
that's exactly how the song came
let's
together.
say like 48 hours.
Shout out to Kyle. Shout out to Eric. Shout out to
Call to do
Revolution.
it.
Slightly Stupid.
It was real dope.
The whole camp.
Wow.
Shout out to Silverback. The whole camp. Everybody out there.
Rise Roots, man. If you want some real roots music, those guys
One
put
of
it
my
down.
favorite tracks.
You know, I worked in reggae for
It's a
years.
pleasure to listen to.
Yeah. Every time I hear reggae, I think it's Syrus.
Worked with Reggae Nation,
What?
and my boy
Yeah.
Q-Boy over at Jamaica Gold. Yeah, he started at Century Club on Sundays
Oh, okay.
back in like '95, bro. And
Oh,
he's
wow.
still doing it same night all the way through. The only thing that stopped him was this right here.
Huh.
And so there's another concept I'm working on with them to move into the next level. I don't know if I can talk about that right now because it might not make any sense.
Oh, that's
Somebody's
fine.
trying to steal my concept. We should talk about this
Yeah.
after the fact.
Off the
But it's
record,
pretty
yeah.
dope, man, right now. Things that are happening.
No. One thing I was going to ask you, the virtual, the virtual release party. Like, did you guys have an actual audience members participating?
That's what you saw. That was a social distancing lounge
Okay.
where they were in these little plastic booths, and they were got in there, and there was a handful of people.
Okay. So there were people live in the thing. Now, did they at the same time, like over Periscope and YouTube and live stream it? Like,
Yeah,
to
the live stream,
out
the
to
numbers were amazing.
Really?
The first week, I forget what they were exactly, if I'm not mistaken,
Mhm.
over 2.4 streams.
Wow.
Um,
2.4 million?
Yeah, within like the first, I think that was the first 5 or 6 days. I'm not positive. Hopefully one of them chimes on now and can answer that question again. But shout out to my man, Resin. You met Resin
Yeah,
before.
of course.
Dave Resin,
Of
that's
course.
my man. He's
Yeah.
still a homie.
Still there.
He's down in San Diego, but he owns Surf Roots Reggae.
Mhm.
And Surf Roots has their own channel on Roku and all that stuff right now. It's pretty dope.
Okay.
And, I did all the stuff for him too. We did the one, The Real Spring Break,
Mhm.
Reggae Nations, The Real Spring Break. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
That was with Eka Mouse and Tip Irie
Yeah.
and all those artists down there, Papa Zandir in Rosarito. That was amazing. My boy Green Eyes.
Yeah.
Green Eyes made the cover.
Oh yeah.
So I'm on the cover too. But Green Eyes made the cover because he came on the party with me. That was
Nice.
so dope, man. So
Wow.
like reggae's me hot and soul. Love
That's
that.
great.
Love
Yeah, I mean, I was curious, like how things are going with you because, back a while back there was the Marshmello concert online that was done through Fortnite and
Yeah.
the Unreal Engine. I don't know if you remember, but back in the day, at Black Ops, we had engines we had the Black Ops engine, so we could make a basketball game out of it. We had a sort of an action adventure game, you know, that kind of thing. We had a boxing game franchise, and so basically now there's the Unreal Engine. So the last one, you know, I'm sure you know, the Travis Scott one, that was huge. And like even my brother and his kids, like they would be waiting in the lobby. Like, okay, the next one's at Saturday at 1 p.m. and they'd schedule it.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, what do you think about the future? You know, COVID aside, but what do you think about the future of these virtual, concerts where maybe it doesn't have to be in 3D like a Travis Scott, but like something like you guys did with the Rise Roots. I mean, do you think this is sort of the wave of the future, or?
I think it's gonna kind of be a wave, but I think like everything else, every industry is taking a really weird hit, and it's just their time for that to take a hit.
Right.
And I also feel like venues and places have been so fucking greedy.
Mm-hmm.
And they
just stealing the artist's money.
Think about when you go to fucking Coachella.
Right.
Me and my girl were talking about this the other day. It's so fucking overpriced. It's retarded.
Well, I mean,
it didn't start at that. How is it that now? You get enough money from your fucking sponsors. Mm-hmm. You don't have to be charging everyone $1 million fucking bucks. Right. You don't. Well, but to be greedy is to be that. And now look what you got.
Yeah, I mean,
nothing.
Yeah, I mean, I told you I produced like this girl. She goes by Lavish Wolf, but we just shot a music video. And I was in, 4th Street Recording is right here. Mm-hmm. We used to use my Black Ops, whatever. And there's a really good producer. We use a sound engineer / producer. His name's Ruben Valle. And he was telling me, like, hey, it used to be that the artists could essentially, they would make money off album sales, and then they could tour. And then when they tour, they sell merch. So that business model's obviously been disrupted by iTunes and everything else.
Yeah.
But like he was telling us, like, I remember in between sets we're recording like another long night over there, and he was saying, yeah, you ever checked out, ticket prices to a Drake concert or to Rihanna? Rihanna's out of the game completely now, right? I mean, she stepped into her makeup role, I guess.
She took a little break.
She took a break, but like the prices of these tickets are so astronomically high, and it's like $600 for concert tickets. Oh, because they can't make money. Because how can you make money selling a song at $1? Right?
I got a crazy story to tell you though.
Yeah.
For my spring break, they were trying to book Drake.
Okay.
How much do you think they booked Drake?
How much do they want for him?
Yeah.
10 million? I don't know.
It was something like that, man. And it was
just for a day?
It was like, no, not fucking, are you crazy? A day? You want him for like an hour? He'll do 10 songs, a version of them like that. Bringing his whole crew, yeah. And the conversation, they tried to pitch like 2 point whatever. No, we're not even a thought unless it's this price.
Wow, really?
So he's different though. He's an exception.
He wouldn't take the $2 million. Yeah. He doesn't need
actually making that next level and doing that next level.
Right.
So it's a trip though. Like you see him shooting jump shots at his house with Steph Curry this week.
No, but I've seen that insane house. He's got the whole basketball court inside. I mean, that's crazy.
Then again, musically, he's been killing it ever since he dropped, bro.
Well, I think he deserves it, But it's
just hate on him though. He's got talent.
Look, people who hate. Yeah, people who hate. Let me tell you something about hate, right? If you look at, and I don't mean like real hate, like what we were talking about with police and all this stuff, but like I'm talking about like the Golden Buzzer, right? You ever see that show? There's like The Voice, there's America's Got Talent, remember Simon and all that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. Well, if you actually look at the little kid that's amazing and like they hit the Golden Buzzer, it'll get 2 or 3 million views, right? But when like when the most horrible talent walks out of on stage who can't even sing a note, and Simon's like, "You're awful, you suck, you should never be. This should be your last song that you ever sing in the music business." Yeah. Those anti, like where he just literally abuses the person. They'll get, instead of 2 or 3 million, they'll get 20 or 30 million views. So the haters will actually generate more traffic on social media. So people who are hating on stuff, there's people who like. It's
like 6ix9ine. How about that? That dude.
Exactly.
Kaboom!
I mean,
you go on his show or do something with him, you blow the fuck up. Period.
I mean, I personally don't. I mean, I guess the music is a little bit different. Like for me, like the mumble rap thing, I'm not that into it, whatever. But like, my hat's off to him for. I mean, who would put like how many 6ix9ines on his face and all over his body? I don't know. I don't know if he snitched or not or whatever. But like, he's definitely
clearly snitched.
I mean, clearly.
He was out here a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You didn't have to check in. Remember that? You were telling me.
That's just so fucking funny.
Yeah, it's crazy. That shit's crazy.
Yep. Hey, if he keeps it up, they're gonna get it. Guaranteed. Out here, out there, I don't know. Out here, they definitely get it. He's lucky COVID was happening.
Yeah.
Well, I don't hate nobody with bad on nobody, but when you talk the kind of shit he's talked, it's coming.
Right. And
to me, it's just
circles.
It's like the Clippers.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking Harrell.
Slippers.
Like the dude with the braids, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear what he said?
No. Which one is this one?
The guy with the braids.
Okay.
I think it's Andre Harrell. I don't know what his name is. He's the one guy with the braids on the team.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking guy is getting schooled by the cat from Dallas, the new kid.
Okay.
A young 21-year-old that's a 22-year-old sensation that's fucking taking over the NBA.
Mm-hmm.
He's the man.
Okay.
They cannot stop this dude. He mouthed to us or yelling at him, like, get that shit out of here, white boy. Something like that. And I'm like, in the middle of all this, that's what you got to say.
That's the only thing you can come up with. Like,
but all the Clippers are dicks anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So the biggest dick is Patrick Beverley. Fucking cock and balls.
Really?
This little guy on the court, he's like a little over 6 feet maybe. I think he's smaller. And he's known as the defender. He's the one that blocked LeBron's shot at the last second or whatever.
That's right.
He's not a good defender. He's a good defender, but he holds and grabs and does all the illegal shit. And acts and flails and complains every single play that he didn't do something wrong. And they say, and he just antagonizes you. Like, he did the same thing to Durant.
Right.
Antagonizing the deaf and talks all this shit.
Just to try to get his head. And, it's like,
and he claimed they're the best team in the league and all this bullshit. I was so happy when those fucking guys lost today.
Really?
Fucking slippers. The LA Slippers. I wouldn't wear fucking your slippers ever, you fucking fucks. Fuck the Clippers. They were assholes back in the day when their fucking owner, Sterling, you know, he's from Santa Monica. Our history with him goes way back too.
Okay.
He was the one that got Jerry Buss involved, the Lakers owner. They were friends. And he was in the real estate game. That's how he funded money for the Lakers and all this stuff. A lot of people don't know that.
Oh, okay.
But
I didn't know that.
they bought property from him and all this. We went back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
He owned like a third of Santa Monica.
Really?
And what happened was we were living in Jerry Buss's place, and when Sterling bought those from him, they basically evicted all of us.
Serious?
And basically said, take us to court. We got all the money.
See, that's the thing. When you don't have like that kind of money, like you can go to court, but what are you gonna do? Like, just I mean, it's impossible. That sucks.
Yeah, that guy's good. Anyways, fuck the Clippers still. Always. This is purple and gold. Always, no matter
Purple
what.
and gold. Yeah.
That's why I put on my shirt. Check out my website. The shirts are amazing. www.blackdesignerclothing.com.
Yeah,
check it out under hoop section. You got all my stuff up there.
I like the hats. Where's the hoop section?
It's Hoopsters. So if you go over and click on collections, you're on shop now.
Clippers?
It's on the first page. Go to homepage.
Okay, homepage.
Yeah. See what it says hoops right there? The basketball.
Oh yeah.
Boom. Click on that. Stuff pops up in there.
Nice.
You can go in and do a little shopping, dog. Check out the site.
Nice.
These are all my designs, stuff I come up with. If you click on the marble one, it's pretty dope too. The pink one, yeah, that's one of them right there.
I like that.
I came out with it. If you get
Black
that
Mamba.
bigger.
Yeah.
The B is actually an 8. That was his number.
Yep, of course.
And then the LA symbol sign next to that.
Mm-hmm.
And Mamba out. That's one of my designs right there that I decided to drop. Check it out, you guys. It's on blackdesignerclothing.com.
Nice.
I'm there. We get it out to you real quick. Yeah, check us out.
I like it. You can buy with GPay. Look at that. Woo!
Did you see
Oh,
that?
this is great, Syrus. I'm
Check out the one
extremely
shirt?
impressed. What's
Thank
that?
you. You gotta check out the one shirt with the ball with the bandana on it, dog.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
This one?
Click on that and then go and it's the first one.
Look at
Yeah.
that one.
That's one of my designs too, bro. So I had to do it. Instead of having a net, I just dropped, the bandana on it, dog, because a hoopster is kind of like a cross between like a gangster and a basketball court. So,
Exactly.
Hoopster.
That's great. That's actually wow, you should trademark that. Is that trademark hoopster, that word? That's a great name.
It's been around for a while.
Oh,
I've been a hoopster since 8th grade, man.
Okay.
So yeah.
It's sort of like a colloquial, yeah.
Yeah.
I like that you got oh, there we go. The perp.
Yes, the perp. You see the LA Love one though for the Lakers? If you go into it's not on that page, it's on another page.
Okay.
It is a hoopster one though, but there's it's on that one's cool, but that's not the one I was referring to.
Okay, which one?
Click on the yellow one. That's the one I got my tribute shirt right there. That's dropping tomorrow. It's out now. I'm gonna do an official drop. That's the Yarbrough. If you see the,
like it. Look at
the eyebrows
that.
are
Swoosh
nice.
upside down. And the king.
Yes.
He's a great player. I like watching him play because, like,
great man and great player.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's more of a team player. You know what I mean? It's exciting because he's passing the ball and like.
Yes. He is, man. He's a different kind of dude too, bro.
Yeah.
Got to dig LeBron. Mm-hmm. So I was trying to get me some a package, man, because I was involved with that vodka. Had a little bit of vodka, the LA Water vodka.
Okay.
And I made a special LeBron package and got it to him and didn't hear back. I was actually kind of mad at that. But, I ain't
Hey,
tripping.
LeBron, shout out to LeBron.
It's a great brand.
He'll hit you back, yeah.
The King is back. Can you believe they were hating on that fool when he came here? LA was marking him his trophy.
We needed
and shit. People are so fucking idiotic. All you bitches talking shit now about LeBron. Fuck all y'all. LeBron is a fucking man right now.
We're going to the NBA finals.
We're going to the finals. This is gonna be great.
So who they play next?
We got Denver on Friday, man. Denver, that dude Murray is a problem. He's a beast. He's been killing it. He dropped 50 in the last series against Hardy and them. He put up 50 points twice. And no one even really knows who Murray is. He's a good player, but not like that. Right. And then he took out Kawhi. He outscored George and Kawhi in the last game. Wow. And by the way, they were down 3-1. They came all the way back and won 3 in a row and beat the Slippers. Supposedly the Slippers were the best team in the league. Oh, they're great. Fuck the Slippers. This is Laker Nation, baby. Purple and gold all day.
That's right, baby.
The Breezy, my man, Anthony Davis, they're amazing players, man. They definitely get it done. They bring Showtime back to this city.
Yeah, I mean, it was here, it left, and now it's back.
It's back.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great. Well, hey, it's been great to connect. I think this is I think your site's amazing. I like.
I did this myself, bro.
Dude, I love it.
First time. That's for the ladies. Though. Pull it up to ladies. We got the hoodie sweatshirt dress. Ooh, little babies too now. Got the baby gear.
I like that. Let me go back to the. There we go. This one. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
That's nice with the pockets and everything. Damn, I see it's a little longer.
I sex it up. It's a dress.
Yeah, it's exactly. It's like they can wear it long, wear it short.
Tights are in, and everyone doesn't want to show everything.
Well, it's funny to say. I just saw I was out at the San Juan Bluffs running around with my dogs, and so this black couple that the guy was sort of like the guy and the girl were picnicking, and the girl was like chasing around her little boy.
Yeah.
And really, really nice looking black couple. And this girl, she was really cute, but she had one of these on. Yeah. Exactly that. It was like a dress. It was a hoodie dress.
Yeah.
And like she didn't, and that was it. And then she had her sneakers on, and she was just running around with her kid. And it's comfortable, and I like it.
Pretty dope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is classic. I like these designs. Now, what do you actually do the designs in? Do you do them in like Illustrator or Photoshop, or just online?
A little bit of everything. So I mix everything together, whatever I can find and put together, because it's difficult to come up with some of this stuff. So wow. And I just posted my new protest shirt. I just posted 2, but I haven't.
Oh yeah.
Getting crazy on that yet, but it's on the site too. So it's I went to a bunch of protests. A couple of them, me and my gal.
Yeah.
We were out there getting it, and
I like that.
Yeah, there's a protest joint. That's just a standard shirt that I had to do because you gotta love what you do. It looks kind of like a lock and key too in a way.
That is that's true. Yeah.
So I kind of thought that was cool. I could tighten that up a little bit though. There'll be another version of that coming out. But my protesting was actually me on the shirt protesting.
Oh really? Oh, but it's not on the.
It's on there. It's on there.
Oh, it is. Oh,
it's on there. I got a lot of designs on there right now. You have to go to shop. Bring you down. It's gonna be back 2 pages down.
2 pages.
So if you go down to the bottom of the page though.
Like go back
to
the home.
Click on shop.
Shop.
And then go to the bottom of the page, and hit the arrow to go to 2 or 3.
Oh, I see this one.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
And
wow, you have a lot.
Yeah, there's more designs than you just saw. Oh. My quality shirt. So people are like, one of the hot hip hop terms is litty. I'm litty. And equality is a big thing. So I just put an equal sign in equals litty. Equality equals litty. That's one of those that some people aren't smart enough to catch. The
slippers.
The whole slipper line.
It's a slipper line. I love it, dude. That's great.
The LA slippers, baby. Look at that.
Here's some gold.
Come on, you gotta like the purple gold LA shirt.
Look at that. Damn.
Yeah, that's my
Lakers
shit.
love men's premium.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to buy a couple of these shirts. You know what I really like? See that white band in the back of the t-shirt? That's for somebody who's into athletics. I have a couple of shirts. Yeah. Nike uses the same kind of thing, so it catches the sweat off your neck. Those are dude. I'm checking out. You got the details. The devil's in the details.
Go down. Click on 3.
Oh, 3.
These are new ones I just put in. Oh, so those are some of the hats I have right there.
Okay.
They'll get better.
Nice.
But at the bottom.
Yeah.
Oh, I have another page now. Where's my protest shirts at?
Let's see. Well, I'm on 3. This is.
So click up. That's my little side design right there.
I like that.
My SY that I
dude, that's great.
Yeah, the S with the Y, kind of like the Massimo or the New York Yankee symbol. I had to drop mine. So that's just my vintage joint right there.
That's a great.
Yeah.
That's a great one. It's, you got the hat. You brought the hat into it too.
I wonder if it's under Black Designer or something. Actually, it's in collections. So
should we go to shop?
Hit collections. It should pop up.
Let's see, on home or
home
collections.
And go into Black Designer Clothing first.
First one.
Yeah. See if it pops up.
Oh, I see. This is. I got you. So now.
So nope, it's not in there either. Where the hell is this shirt at? I just saw the damn thing. That's crazy.
Okay.
Anyways, it's in there somewhere.
Yeah.
If I can't find, how can they though? What did I call it again? Is there a protest that's in the corner over there?
Down here, you mean?
Yeah. See if there's a protest. Protest anywhere?
Protest, wrap, shirt, spot.
If you see protest, click on it.
Yeah.
If not,
I'm not seeing it.
maybe type in protest. Search
because you can search protest.
Nope.
Nope.
Maybe it's under police brutality then. Maybe that's what
Can I
it's
search that?
Yeah. I haven't done all this. This just went up this morning, I think.
Huh. That's great.
There it is.
Wow.
Click on that guy.
There we go.
Now that's me protesting. That's me on Hollywood Boulevard with all the military stuff behind me.
Dude, how whack was that? Where it's just like, we're walking. I mean, I did that thing where I came down here to Santa Monica and it's like, it's fucking troops everywhere.
Well, that's what Trump wanted, though.
Just,
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Craziness.
I like that shirt.
Yeah, me and my girl was out there in the front lines, dog.
Mm-hmm.
My girl wanted to go, and she grew up being raised protesting and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know.
But it's important. That's what America's all about.
But I wasn't raised like that, though. So that's what I'm saying.
Really?
Here in Santa Monica, I don't think we ever got a chance to really protest things like that.
Really?
And then when the time came for that, I was off at school trying to play ball, doing my thing, so I was never really involved with that like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so it was actually a really cool experience and bonding thing to actually go and do that with her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
I mean,
cool.
that's awesome.
You know, of course, we were social distancing as much as we possibly could. We had on our mat. I mean, you do what you do. I didn't get sick. She didn't get sick. We've been tested several times, so
that's
most
good.
importantly, there's that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's I think it is important to get out there, and I do like the clothing line. Damn.
Thank you, man. But
Yeah,
hopefully, I can get a bunch of them out there. People go to my website, check me out on social media. You can hit me on all channels. It's SYRUSMTV on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Syrus MTV. Follow me. I always got something new and fun, exciting happening, and it's always going down. I'm always keeping it real. You know that.
Yeah,
it's one thing with me. You get me. I do weddings. I do concerts. I give lectures. Whatever you need me to do, I can do. Is hopefully you can afford me. But, you know, I do what I does.
It's well worth it. Yeah,
you know, I promise you'll have a good time.
Yeah.
I try to be, man. I try to be.
Absolutely.
I think we're definitely a different breed, and I don't think they make them like us anymore.
Nope. Not.
And
I think this
with that being said, it's just one of those things where life is a feeling. And if you feel it the right way, things are great.
Mm-hmm.
If you feel it the wrong way, things can go a whole different direction.
Yeah, I mean, if you hold that hate like this, that's why people with the whole internet hiding behind their Twitter feed. I mean, I know someone who's like can't stand Trump, but he lets it get to him. So he sits there, like he told me several times. He'll sit there in the morning and just on 3 separate Twitter accounts, just shredding Trump, like whatever. Yeah. Okay, fine, like, congratulations. But I mean, I don't know. Maybe there's something. I mean, I think you've done you've sort of done a real positive thing here with your clothing line, where you put all your energy and your design talent into actually creating something that people can buy. And
well, yeah, I mean, I've had a bunch of clothing lines, but I only believe in clothing lines that have a meaning. My first brand I ever launched was in 1997. It was called God Dog, and the term meant if God didn't discriminate against man, then why should we? So God is dog back,
right? And
a dog is usually can be confirmed as a man.
Right.
What's up, dog?
Right.
That kind of thing. So that was my whole.
God dog, yeah.
Yeah, and it was my crew. My crew was a melting pot. My man E-Bang, I dedicated the green shirt on the site to him. It's a green shirt with the bandana and the crown.
Okay.
And it's dedicated to E-Bang. My man E-Bang, the boogie out there in Florida, always representing. But he's from my crew right here in Santa Monica on 9th Street, 303 Posse.
Oh, nice.
You know, so I had to do his thing. And it's, you know, it was good times, man. The melting pot that I'm from is an amazing thing. We all embraced our differences.
Right.
I learned
that's
from
how it
him,
should be.
You know, musically and so forth, and the beach and surfing. Like, it was all a group of people doing things that other people were interested in just because we were friends. And we made that happen. And that's a part of us, you know. Santa Monica was truly a melting pot back in the day.
Yeah, much like a New York City, where where I'm from. I mean, I think you remember, like, if you walk through the halls of Black Ops, you saw black people, white people, women, men, an Indian guy, Chinese guys. I mean,
and that's the way it should be.
If you got talent and you're cool and you want to work, and you work on some cool products, like, hey, the door's open.
Something I always loved about you guys coming, but it was obvious in just the way you guys were, though. You guys never treated me different, or you never felt any different. And like when you called me to come up to the swap meet, to the hood, like it's what it is. It's one of those things. It's like you were so comfortable with doing that. It is what it is, and we embrace the moment and live life. That's what life should be. And if you are a little uncomfortable, it makes sense for us to do it together.
Of course.
So, and that's kind of what friends were like, at least in our era growing up, and how we were. We've been friends for a long time now. How many years has that been? That's been, I'm gonna say, since
25 years. Like I met you. Like, remember, we started Black Ops, and my brother's a basketball. Like, he was a gym rat. Like, I was a lab rat. I was in the lab cutting video and making computer programs and all the games and stuff. And he was the gym rat. So he would spend a lot of his spare time playing basketball, because that's what he loved to do, and that's how we met. And I remember, like I said, when you joined our team, I was like, yes, we got the ringer, we got the side.
Remember the fat dude that was talking all that shit with the goggles that you almost got in a fight with? We had to check that fool.
Oh, on the playground at MGM?
At MGM.
Oh, yeah, I did some kind of wrestling room on or something.
I was reffing that one. He was such a dick. Anthony. And I had to, remember I had to call him out? Had to put my whistle down.
Oh, that's right.
Play me, motherfucker.
That's right.
Yeah.
You put your whistle down. You were reffing. You weren't on the team that
came out the stripes.
Early days. That's right.
That dude, man.
He was a troublemaker.
He was a cock and ball. It's okay to say it.
Both of them.
You can be
all together.
That's okay, though, because I gave him business on the court.
Exactly. Just run circles around. I mean, come on. But well, Syrus, I mean, it's been great having you. I appreciate you coming in, and I wish you the best of luck with your clothing line. And we should definitely keep in touch, man.
Definitely.
For sure. If we got anything coming up for any kind of anything where we could definitely do some production stuff together, whatever. I'd love to have you come on in. And I wish there were more street ball games being made. I mean, we talked about that big three for a little bit.
Yeah.
Obviously, the world is sort of put on hold.
Good thing we didn't start it.
Yeah.
Who knows what would happen? You know what I mean?
I know. Sometimes you got to just go with the flow.
Yeah.
And it's okay to go out there and investigate and try things. Anyway, I mean, just like your site with your shirts, or your hats, you might find that some sell like crazy, some maybe did work, but it's all your passion that you're putting into it. That's really clear and apparent. I mean, this is non-trivial to have a Shopify site. A lot of people can make a Shopify site, but like, look at all these products. I mean, this is what you're saying. Like, you're trying to bring everything under one roof, kind of thing. Or your different.
So if you click on it, my spin of the LA basketball thing, like if you go down, the one right beneath that, boom, click on that.
This red one?
No, up to the right, right there, to the right. Click on that. That's a basketball, not a heart. I believe in this one.
Oh, I see.
The heart. No, that's
the heart. Then this one is a basketball.
I see. So the one to the other side, I think, is
this one.
I think I can't even remember right now. No, it's on the Hoopster site. Is it the Hoopsters? No, see, that's the wrong one. That's right. Tire. So that's why I'm confusing myself a little bit, but I'm gonna be on the same level.
But you got
that right there in the corner on the right.
In the corner, bottom right.
Yeah.
I see.
Got the basketball
with the wings.
So I had to do a little something, a little tribute joint. And
they're good. I mean, they're reasonably priced. I mean, $25. That's
that's a launch price. My one of my bigger lines up with Hearts of Hollywood. And stuff when I was doing that, those shirts were going for quite a bit of money. I was at Fred Siegel. My truckers were $250.
Right.
And that was all hand done stuff by me too. So that was a little different.
Oh wow.
And hopefully times get back to that at some point. But people take advantage of this now while you got a chance.
That's right.
My prices will not stay that low.
Prices are going up, especially when we
quality will change. Things will definitely change. I'll keep a lower line for some people that don't want to spend a lot of money but still want to support. But in the end, my prices are going to go up. It's American made.
Exactly. Well, hey, I say we shouldn't be buying stuff from over there anymore. I mean,
I agree.
I walked into a Best Buy and they're like, hey, you don't understand. Like, dude, I was like, do you have this? Do you have that? Like, no, we're out. He's like, 80% he's like, look at this store. 80% of everything that comes into the store at the huge Best Buy in Pico. And he was like, comes from China. So it's like, that's why I think it is important to, to make stuff here in America, you know what I mean?
100%, bro. 100%. It's about that time, man.
All right, man.
Eaten, brother. I got to go get some grub.
It's been really good to have you. Thanks again, Cy. And hey, everybody, go to designerclothing.com. Pick up your latest gear on Syrus's website. He's got a lot of great designs up there.
Yeah.
And we'll pick it up next time, man. Hey.
For sure, brother. Blessings.
Bless you.
In this COVID era, those are hard to come by.
All right, man. All right, everybody. Thanks a lot for listening, and you take care, everybody. That's a good night from Santa Monica, California.
You know, it's funny. My freaking computer just died right then, too.
I guess that's time.